Anyway.
Let us...
Cheers.
Adventure.
Let us adventure.
Start this new year.
Welcome,
new
everyone.
adventure.
Welcome to the Bone Era.
Yes.
Lasteth time. That's not
Last
how you
year.
use teth.
Last
year.
year on the Bone Era.
Last time on Welcome to the Bone Era, you had headed into the Divination Stone, of which I was very prepared for. And
This is spectacular.
when inside you discovered various visions of the future and the past. A couple of these were specific to Salvador de Story. There was one where he was a child playing with his sister, and then they were called to class by their caretaker, or the butler, or whatever.
The valet.
Yes, the valet is more likely. Yes, one of them was that, and then another one was where Elena introduced herself to the court for the first time, and it asked for an interview, basically, to be the tutor. You went into these and saved him from these memories, basically convincing him that these are the past that is looping over and over again. He asked, so, like, what becomes of me? And you said that there was
Good things.
hardship that is coming. And
Child, I wasn't about to tell him the whole
Yeah,
truth.
let's be
so
clear.
this was him at like 16 or whatever.
Even still.
But yeah, and he decided to bravely go through with it, and like, even if that hardship happens, if this can help people, then that's what I'm doing. Because he used to be a good dude.
Yes.
Fucking more last month.
Which adds no heartbreak up at all.
That's how I do. The other visions, one of them was the future. It was just an Easter egg of what I'm planning for season 2, but you know, that's the idea. Cowboy land, trains, fiat currency, all that jazz, and that was cool. And the other vision was a vision of the past where Morlos defeated the great heroes instead of being defeated by them. And you were able to sort of change and manipulate using your... Because you're in the Divination Stone, you figured out that you can like use that knowledge of the real past or real future to change it to be what it should be. And you fixed that. Beyond that was another vision then, once that one was cleared out. And you saw a vision of a scene of all of the planes, each one, and in the sky, Morlos's terrifying eyes loomed.
Ah, yes.
You all took a deep breath and stepped through as a group into this vision.
And here we are.
What are those eyes called in Great Gatsby?
Oh God, I don't remember.
Because that's what I think of
It's the
every time.
eye doctor or whatever.
Yeah.
his name is.
He's a doctor, but I don't remember what the name is.
I forgot my dice.
Oh!
Win.
Yes.
As you walk through, you are no longer with your friends.
Oh shit! We're in the future still, right?
No, we went
we're in
through
the
the
field.
We're at
we
the
went through
eyes
another
of-
doorway.
TJ
We-
Eichelberg.
Oh,
Yeah, you're at the place
Where-
with
where
the
we last-
various planes
where
and
we
the
left
eyes in the
off.
sky.
We were
That's
like
where you
in a
walked in.
field of flowers.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay. Okay. Oh boy.
Instead, around you, you see a vast, constant, endless cityscape of brown and gold and bronze and various of those sorts of shades of colors. And you see a bunch of the whole place is being run on these vast machines, belching smoke and various gears and whatnot, and all around it are people, and when they walk in a very precise movement, never ever changing or being different in any way.
Capitalism.
I think I know
bone arrow
where this
story.
is. I think I know what this is.
And you, in fact, appear in the sort of center of a street, and all around you are these various people. Some of these people are made of like clockwork instruments, like they are made of mechanical parts, and they are sort of marching very slowly or very precisely. And one of them sort of has to stop because he runs into you directly and then looks at you and says, "Are you here for business? Because all business must go through he who watches."
I we say no. Suppose I must be.
Then please come with me. Any new entities to this place must go to he who watches.
All right.
Please move out of the way.
Okay.
And you sort of step off to the side.
But Max, wins by himself.
Wins by
Okay,
himself.
yeah.
And this being, this sort of genderless mechanical being, sort of marches in a direction. Do you follow?
Yes.
You follow. Because you know what you're in here for, right? So you look up into the sky, and there indeed the two yellow eyes
Who
are
watches?
Yellow?
are watching. They are yellow eyes. They have always been yellow eyes. Just because I think it looks cool.
It
It has
do.
no specific story element except for
do.
cool yellow eyes.
I mean,
in
rule
this
of cool.
game. But so you continue following
Yes.
this one.
Like, is there anything I'm picking up, like, as we're walking? Like,
Make a perception check.
okay. Traumatized.
19.
What was that?
19.
19. You can see a lot. You're really paying attention here because, like, this is obviously very weird. But you're looking around. You see various shops and whatnot because there are still shops here. Each of them are made in a perfect, like, there's no rectangular shops here. They're all square and they all fit perfectly as boxes. And each of the buildings are all made in, like, these perfect boxes. If there are any other shapes, it's all equilateral triangles here too. And like, everything is exactly precise. And you see in the window of some of them, put right in the middle, never off to the side, a perfectly square notice that says, "Those who disobey he who watches will be placed into the grand machine."
Okay. Cool.
You know what
Love
grinds
that.
my gears? People.
Grand machine isn't just an abstract concept for capitalism. Like it's not. Let's hope it's that and not a grinder.
Another
meat
brick
grinder.
in the wall.
Dun, 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 dun.
With the way we're getting ripped apart by the squirrel. there's
What?
a Willy. There's a
What I just thought of when you said
most
that.
horrifying thing that this person has seen a theater version of. And it was of Willy Wonka, and it's the little
The musical.
The musical, and it's
Oh.
when the little girl
Veruca Salt.
gets mauled by the squirrels. And they're like throwing this child around on stage, and then all of a sudden her limbs
rip her limbs off.
Jesus.
And the guy posing on TikTok was like, when I saw this in theaters, all the children just started crying.
Of course they did. I was
She's like walking on like a conveyor belt, like falls in, and then these giant black squirrels just start throwing her around like a rag doll, and then they rip her apart.
Jesus.
So, the Great Machine, clearly.
Yeah, that's just what I thought of. I looked at Tess and I'm like, ooh.
Cool.
Well, that's what you
Squirrels.
see. So as you continue moving, I'm gonna give everybody their vignettes here. Kieran.
No. If you get the Feywild, I
You wake
swear.
up in a field of flowers
That'd be
and
so
everything
funny.
is nice.
Could you get me some more champagne?
Yeah.
You step through, and you are everywhere around you is stone and earth and rock, which is just stone. And various, you're like on this massive part of a mountain, and everything is there's various levels here. Like there are hills and mountains and ravines and canyons and everything. This place is vast. Have you seen everything everywhere all at once? Okay, never mind. I can't tell you what I was thinking of.
I'm sorry.
We still need to watch it.
It's very good.
Yes.
I have been in like
We haven't been in the
haze
right
of-
mood for it.
Oh, that's totally
my
good.
entire life has been only work, airport,
Ayo.
K-pop with my sister, stuck in an airport, only work.
Fair enough. Well, it's a giant rock. There's no plants or vegetation or anything around here. It's lots of stone and dirt and earth, and yeah, that's what it is all around you. As you sort of look around, an avalanche, a small one, happens in the distance, and you can see it happen over there. And it's this. This is just a vast plain of Earth.
Gross.
And
By myself.
up in the sky, of course, you do again see two eyes looking down. To your right is sort of a cliff face. And out of it comes a giant sort of being made of pure rock who sort of marches towards you and says,
Oh.
Habla inglés? I'm so sorry. I don't speak scary rock
and
man.
as this sort of avalanche-y noise that is its voice sort of goes, he points up in the sky. This like finger appears on the arm of this elemental being and points up in the sky, and then his giant hands sort of clasp together in a prayer.
Oh,
And he sort of
quite. Yep.
kneels down and begins. You see an earth elemental guy sort of kneeling and praying.
I can't. I'm already I'm religious in a different way, my friend.
And as you say that, the face of this creature that sort of has some semblance of facial features, but sort of looks at you, and you can
Okay.
sense like a fear. It's not an anger. It's fear on behalf of this
I'm sorry, and I'm gonna do like the awkward, like you're not religious, but you go to your friend's house and they're religious,
Shall
and
we
they're
all
praying
say
before
grace?
dinner. So you just like politely put your head down, but you're not doing anything with your hands.
I keep my
kind
eyes
of a
open.
thing. Yeah, eyes
What is
open,
everyone else
looking
doing?
at everyone else, kind of uncomfortably.
Yes, been there.
My parents have never even mentioned that this is a thing that could happen when I go to your house for dinner. So I truly don't know what we're doing,
Yes,
but
I
I'm
have
not
been
going to
there.
ask you. I'm going to wait till I get home, and I'm going to ask my dad.
But so you begin sort of fake praying, and make a perception check as well. Or yeah, that'll do for
It's garbage, whatever it is. 9.
9. You're just really focused on how earthy this place is right now.
Oh, rocks. Love
All
rocks.
you notice is your earthen friend here, the rocky, mountainous terrain, and the eyes in the distance. You obviously know where you are.
Obviously.
But if I didn't,
But if you didn't, I would have you make a intelligence check or an arcana
I
check.
assume it's Earth.
Yes, the Earth elemental plane. Yes.
It's rock world.
It's rock world.
Norman Rockwell.
No, that's my friend's name.
That's also my band. I don't know.
Norman rock world. Oh, actually, there are 6. I did that wrong. All right, we're good.
All right.
I was just rolling for who goes next, and I was like, "Oh, 6. There's not 6 here," and re-rolled.
I was standing. I keep sitting in front.
And I had you at 5, but whatever. So you're 6 now. It doesn't
Yay.
matter.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's right now. That's what you're doing. More things may become clear.
Ba da 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 booda da da.
Nala.
Yeah,
Ooga
yeah.
chugga, ooga chugga, ooga chugga.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Where am I at?
I have to look up how to describe this. Give me 1 second.
Oh.
Joy.
It's a rare one.
Not so much. It's just similar to other ones is the problem.
Yeah.
It's an offshoot.
Ooh, that's not very
I
exciting.
took my case off to
Oh, okay.
wash it.
Well, I mean, it's exciting. It's just not very nice.
Oh.
There's a single black hair on the screen.
Oh no.
Oh, yay.
As you step through,
Yeah.
Nala, everything turns sort of gray. The sky is full of ash and dust. It's chilly here, but just uncomfortable, like just the level of chilly that's annoying.
Oh, even with my mask?
Yeah, it just feels like shit here. And there's no sun.
That makes sense.
It's dark, but just dark enough that you can like see around. So it's like a really dismal gray day. In fact, it's very slightly. It feels like it's raining, but it's like slightly oily or something. Whatever the mist is in the sky.
Dancing lights.
Yeah, you can see around. It gives you a little more dim light and whatnot. Or if you combine them into sort of a
I'll
torch.
combine into one. Just try.
You can see around, and what you see is you're on sort of a street, and this street is made of dirt. It's like it's only a street because a lot of beings have walked on it, and ahead of you is a horrifying looking building.
Okay.
Of jagged outjutting pieces of rock and wood, and it's covered in like this gray fungus that's everywhere, and it has a door in front. Behind you, the road stretches on to the horizon. Up in the sky, though, of course, you see the 2 yellow eyes, contrasting the grayness of everything else, as those eyes pierce through.
I'll activate the ring and just like say, "This is Nala. Does anyone hear me?"
You get no response. I will also have you make a wisdom save.
Ooh.
Are we?
I think I know.
We're
where
not
you are.
under any sort of like hero's feast, are we?
Not in this
anymore.
one.
No. I think I know where Nala is, though.
Plus 2, 17.
17? You feel like this place would drain you of your sort of energy, but you're okay.
Health or arcane energy?
Neither. Like
Okay.
your ability to
vibe.
just your energy.
Okay.
Bad vibes.
All around you as well, you now, because you're sort of noticing, you sort of look down at your feet, and it looks like this is a path. And it is like a path out of dirt that was made because a bunch of people walked on it. But in various sections, you see just a bunch of larvae coming up out of the ground and moving around, and it's wriggling. It's like the ground itself is alive with these.
I'm gonna fly towards the.
You take off.
I'll fly towards the building if that seems. I'll follow the tracks.
And there are a lot of tracks heading towards this building. It's interesting. And you fly towards it. there's like a sort of gross gate made of worms outside that's sort of wriggling, and it's very odd. And a sort of center step or pathway up to this door. Adorned on the top of the door is a symbol of Morlos. I never made a symbol of Morlos, but you know what it is. Actually, did I say it was like the Majin symbol?
You've made it. Yeah, you've made like a big old M kind of.
I think it's like the Majin symbol from DBZ. But yeah, so it's an M. But the Morlosian symbol is there. Actually, I probably have it on my document. I have a document for this. It's almost like I did world building. Pantheon of Gods.
Jason, do you know where you are?
No idea.
I think I know where you are.
I don't know how hard it is just to find a list of the planes.
Yeah, it's in the DM's guide.
Well, like
yeah.
even if on like just on Google you look up like D&D 5e, like names of the planes, it will give you like the theory of the circle. Rather than, I'm like a list.
Yeah.
A list.
Well,
that's actually what it is, interestingly.
Oh, yeah.
According to my Pantheon of Gods document, it's a circle with 2 X's through it.
Excellent.
I think I know it because I'm just a nerd.
Hashtag Morlos.
But that's on the top of this building. The door is currently closed.
Does the symbol look like it's just simply a sculpture or a?
It seems to have been etched into the top of the door. Yeah,
not arcanely. Like there's no trap. It doesn't seem.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
I will still trying to not interact with any of the fungi. Like go into the building.
All right, you head over to the door. The door handle is covered in bugs.
Breath weapon.
You burn away some of the bugs. You open up the door.
Slowly, like
coming back. You're like, fuck. You have to get in, and you open up the door and head inside. Inside is a little bit nicer than the outside. A little bit.
Yeah, it's just a smidge.
Yeah.
Less bugs. Do I need to make another save?
I'm figuring out how to.
A little bit.
I mean, that's appropriate.
Inside, there are various stone-made pews. It's set up like a temple. This is a temple. There's
Morlos.
There's a dais at the other end. It's a raised platform and a pedestal made of like horrible fungi. And in the pews are various large, or medium rather, they're medium size, worm-type beings with open, sort of constantly chewing mouths of various teeth. And they are all holding sort of books that seem to be made of flesh.
ugh.
There's another hair. I opened this up to get a hair out, and there's another hair in a different spot.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
As you're standing there, squelching its way squidgily onto the dais.
Oh, don't use those words.
is a one of these larva beast things. It goes and then sort of stands up. Its teensy little sort of what used to be hands, you can tell they're like fingers, but they're now molded into and shrunken back into whatever this being is. Puts it on the sides of the pedestal and goes,
Comprehend language.
it's not saying anything that you can understand.
That's a spell slot.
It's trying to, is what it's doing. It is putting through the emotion of speaking, but its vocal cords do not work.
Oh, wow.
Would you like to do anything here?
I guess I can infer this like literally a temple of Morlos, and these are some worshippers of Morlos.
That is what it seems like,
plane.
yes, on whatever this plane is.
Can I make any sort of check to figure? I have no idea what plane this is.
Yes, make an Arcana check.
Can I, with any of these clues? Arcana.
Big things depends on what flameless cannon's going off of.
15.
15. I'd say you know magic well enough, and you've thought about the planes at least. You did a bunch of research at one point anyway, and you remember flipping by a page in the library at Tertiva of the plane of Hades. It's a plane filled with larvae and gloom in the D&D universe.
Why is it filled with larvae?
Death, decay.
But that...
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's the description.
Okay.
It's gross.
So now
It is gross.
I'm in Hades.
It allowed me to be really gross for a little.
Yeah.
And there's... Does Nala feel bad if she had to kill these things and not tell anybody about it? I can't understand them, and so I can't interact with them.
I mean, you can interact with them. There's not always only verbal communication.
Yeah.
Non-verbal communication, in fact. Make a little love.
A little dance for the worm gods.
Get down tonight.
I guess, Nala, I'll wait for the guy's sermon to wrap, and then I'll...
So you wait there patiently as he goes... and continues. Meanwhile... yeah, it's stuck in my head now. Shar. You step through, and immediately, you're surrounded by water. You are swimming
I'm underwater.
in an endless ocean, holding your breath. What's your Constitution score?
Oh,
no! 12.
So you have a +1. So you can hold your breath for, what is it, 2 minutes?
Do
It's
I
1
look
minute
up?
plus Constitution
If I look
score?
up, do I see the surface?
You see through the endless ocean, you see 2 yellow eyes, but you do not see a surface.
I don't see anything else.
There are various. You're in the ocean. There are a bunch of wavy, huge, prehistoric-looking seaweeds and things like that.
Okay.
Various things like that. You also see a seemingly sunken ship
Okay.
over in front of you. It's about 50 yards away or something.
Okay.
And it's this massive ship that seems to have been torn in half, and then there are the 2 halves sitting at the bottom of this endless ocean.
Is there any way I can kind of gauge this to tell if I am holding my breath in some sort of dream state, or if I've actually been thrown into a water somewhere?
I mean, currently it feels...
Because I'm aware that I just made a step, and
You
now I'm
did,
suddenly here. But it feels like I'm going to drown.
Just as the other place felt somewhat real, I mean, you don't know if it would be wise, or you could trick your brain into being able to breathe because you're in some magical stone. Even though in the other visions, everything besides Salvador looked somewhat translucent.
Okay.
You do not know if you could trick your brain into breathing this water, although you could try.
Okay.
And you could try by making a wisdom save and hoping to get very high.
I believe in you.
Do I have any of my stuff?
Got all your stuff.
I have a water breathing potion.
A character can hold their breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus their constitution.
Yeah, so 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Not good.
If only Lucina ended up there. That'd be fine.
Okay. Can I try and grab my potion of water breathing from my
Yeah,
Oh.
bag?
you can grab that.
Okay.
Hey, it's coming in handy.
I'm gonna just try, pull out
You
the cork and
suck
try
it.
to
Yeah,
suck it
unfortunately,
in.
drinking underwater is weird. It doesn't really
Do
work.
I get any
but
of it?
I will say you are able to drown
Okay.
this beverage.
Okay, great.
What you have to do is replace it with the air that you're. So you have to blow into it to
Yeah.
get the liquid
Okay.
out, but you are able to do it.
I guess it's like you exhale and then you cork her. afterwards, I guess.
The problem is when you're drinking from a bottle, you have to replace the liquid with something. You can't leave a vacuum. So when you're drinking, that's why you can't
I'll just blow into it.
fully
and it'll,
do like duck lips on a bottle to really get it. If you want to chug, you have to leave a gap of air.
Awesome.
Drinking underwater, yeah, it'll just sort of, it will eventually come out into the water, but it starts, whatever. I'm
Okay,
allowing
great.
you to,
I
yes,
did
you
that.
are able to drink the water breathing potion, and suddenly you go, and you are breathing in this.
Fabulous. I'm gonna look up. The eyes are still there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and swim toward that little sunken ship thing I see.
You swim towards the ship. On the left half is the bow is the front one?
Front, yeah.
Bow of the ship. And then there's a split, and the stern of the ship is there. You see it's this massive sort of,
Okay.
So
it's like a ship that went down and kind of like went like
it seems
broken too.
If you look at it, you can see that it seems to, there are parts of it that have bowed in at the place that it broke.
Okay.
So it looks like something broke it in half by squeezing, and
Like
then it ended. Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, hey,
That's
that
a fun
happens
time.
in Valhalla.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Exciting.
swim and see maybe in the port side. Can I get in? Can I
Yeah,
see what?
since it's split open, you can go to all the
I'm
things.
a little mermaid. This shit.
There are various. There's a few levels of this ship, like 3 levels. There's like a storage thing or ballast on the bottom. There's what seems to have been sleeping quarters. There's a galley. There's there's the top of the ship or the deck of the ship with and all throughout it you see various skeletons of drowned sailors who are there, and also you see in one of the sleeping quarters you see a very faint light coming from it.
Go toward the light.
Head towards the
Don't.
Sure, no.
Sure, no.
oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like pick anything up that I see because I feel like whatever this is right now, I'm gonna, I don't know, like my stuff. I don't know. I'm not taking anything with me. I'm just trying to see and remember what's
Fair
going
enough.
on here.
As you swim through the ship, you like get a jump scare as you look to your left and a skeleton goes, "Hey."
Kick it.
You kick it, it floats away and then falls to the ground because it had like come from like a piece of wood had given way and the skeleton came out, and then you kick it and it goes to the ground, but it's long dead. And you swim towards the light. There is a slightly propped open door that seems to have been made out of like stone from the, like it's a one slab of light, like sandstone or something that would survive underwater. It's a light stone, something
Okay.
that somebody would be able to swim with. So
Not
but
marble.
not marble.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a no. You know what? Retcon, because that doesn't make any sense. It's a door that has been placed there after the fact, and it's made of like a piece of wood that was like pulled from the deck.
Door?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this door has been like
How big is it?
put in. It's a normal door size. But it's not like covering all of the gaps
Yeah.
or anything because it's here. Let me
Yeah, I
draw.
know. I actually am picturing it.
Okay,
exactly,
cool. So
yeah.
yeah, it's a slab
It's a piece
of
of
wood.
driftwood kind of thing.
It's like the door Shrek put
Yep,
for
got it.
Fiona. And,
Perfect,
yeah.
perfect.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat ajar, and there is light coming from inside, and you hear a very sweet singing.
Okay.
Uh-oh. No, don't go there. She may not be able to
Gonna
resist.
swim toward the door.
You're at the door,
Yeah.
and it is slightly ajar, so you open it up. And inside is a beautiful mermaid woman brushing her hair and singing along to have some sort of melody. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
She looks to you and goes, "Wait, do mermaids speak common?" I already
Do you
made it a
speak
thing
mermaid?
where
I
language
don't
is
speak
important.
mermaid.
Yeah.
Unless
I mean, they
mermaids
probably
speak
do.
Sylvan.
They speak Aquan.
I would.
Isn't there a mermaid?
Usually,
assume like mermaids.
Siren?
Is
what
it?
do Tritons speak? Do they speak
For some
under?
reason I'm not finding. There's siren.
They speak
I did-
abyssal.
Sirens and mermaids are different creatures.
Yeah, well, it depends
so
on what
I-
you're
I
going
want-
for with this.
I wanted a mermaid. I just want to know what the D&D name is. Merfolk? There it is.
Merfolk, yeah.
Speaks Aqua and Common. Great.
Excellent.
Aqua.
So Aquin, first says,
Amazing.
"Oh, you speak
Glub,
fish? It's a Futurama joke. But she begins in sort of this ethereal aquan, sort of sounds like bubbles and water moving, and then realizes that you're not understanding and says, "Oh, I apologize. I do not see many people in my new home. Hello there."
Can I talk with a water breathing potion?
You are able to force something past your
Okay.
voice is slightly deeper, I will say, but yeah.
I'm not able to find the surface.
What is the surface?
Where the water stops and becomes the sky.
I'm sorry, I do not know what that is. You are on the plane of water, of course.
Oh.
Where is up?
And we cut there.
Shaw realizes.
Yeah, where did the air bubbles go? The air bubbles just go out.
Well, crap. It's like, man, they make a plane for everything these days. Oh my god.
Let's go away. In what direction?
I should say, oh.
That's the line of the day.
Well, it does not look like you belong in this plane.
No.
I hope that isn't offensive.
No.
My name is Tulia.
I'm Shar, but I won't be able to stay here forever. I think I know how long a water. It's an hour, right?
It's an hour.
Yeah. Like I only have a short amount of time that I can survive like this, but I'm not sure how I got here, so perhaps I may just disappear. I'm sorry to bother you with this.
What are you... did you come here for some purpose?
We are... I'm part of a group that is trying to right some wrongs, and we have to go through some trials to get there, and I believe this is one of those things.
What wrong are you trying to right?
Let me explain. No, there's too much. Let me sum up.
Way to say this.
Honesty is the best plan.
What would Char say? Like, yeah.
Char is just now
Char has a panic attack.
freaking out. It's not going to be able to get out of here.
Shoot something with a
Char
bow.
is like our spokesperson isn't here.
Yeah. The plane I come from is being taken over by evil forces, but the only way our plane will succumb will be if all other planes are destroyed as well. So we are now scattered. Our group is scattered throughout the planes, and we have to find a way to get together or everyone is doomed.
That sounds scary.
It's a lot of pressure.
On water pressure?
Oh.
Pressure.
Well, I can tell you that this plane has its fair share of troubles. Especially lately.
I think they are probably related to each other.
Well, we have to be... He's always watching. I hoped that being a place that alone, away from my people, and I needed to get away. So we are both sort of lost souls in that way.
Have your people been affected by?
They have.
So have ours. Which is why we're trying to fix it.
Well, I did not agree that we should follow this being who appeared in the sky. So I ran when my own people set themselves against me. I miss them. And I wish this hadn't come to pass. So do all. But I wish this hadn't come to pass.
As do I. But I can tell you that you are not stronger or smarter than your people, but you are likely now one of the ones who will save them because of the decision you made to leave.
I don't know if it's possible to remove him from this plane anymore. I think that time has passed.
Giving up hope is not an option for me.
So as you have this conversation with Tulia,
Tulia.
Tulia
the mermaid.
she's got curly hair. She's
a
an
mermaid.
awesome looking mermaid. I like mermaids.
The realm of Hades.
Technically, merfolk in D&D have like all these fins and stuff. Not this one.
like the Goblet of Fire mermaids with all that.
Yeah, more like that. Yeah.
I liked them.
But in Venevra, the rule of hot
the
wins.
rule of hot.
Yeah.
Really,
Oh, hell.
this is the art for merfolk. And it's still pretty cool.
I like the blue.
But I like to have her have hair. So everything is the same except she's got hair.
I like that. That's cool.
She's got hair.
Oh my god, have you read Brianna's mermaid book?
I haven't read.
Everyone
not yet.
should read The Reyes Incident by Brianna Morgan. It's
Okay.
about spooky sapphic mermaids.
I'm down for that.
Very excellent.
Sounds like a great time.
She did write one of the hottest sex scenes I've ever read.
Oh, in the vampire one?
vampire one.
Wait, what?
I was reading it on a plane going.
And you were like, uh-oh. Hold it in.
What's that book's name? Send it to me later.
Deep breath.
Mouthful of ashes. You're reading like
mouthful of
fan
ashes.
fiction on the train, and all of a sudden you just go.
Yes. So while you're having this conversation, Lucina.
Oh, yes.
Joseph. That's incredible.
Gosh, all of you're there's like so many planes.
Yeah.
This is the third elemental plane.
Okay.
It's a
Okay,
theme.
so
It's a
I know
theme.
which one. Okay, 1 of 2.
Yep, this 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just falling forever.
You'd be correct. As you step through, suddenly you're buffeted by the air. There's wind all around you. You don't see any land anywhere. You see various, though interestingly, you do see some floating,
To be fair.
like
Druid's an okay person to get stuck here.
As any elemental plane.
any elemental plane druids
It's
will be okay.
gonna be fine.
But there are sort of structures that exist, and they're sort of floating through space. And you see like a bunch of these buildings. Have you played BioShock Infinite?
I have not.
All my references are not working.
I have played Bioshock
Okay.
Infinite.
Well, there's a city floating in the sky, right? That's the idea. So you see.
It's never the right person.
Sort of in the distance, there is a floating city, and you're sort of being moved around by the air. You see various sort of birds as well as elemental air beings that are sort of flying around and doing whatever. One of them passes and speaks in its language, blah, 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 and whatnot, and just talking to another one as it passes by. But yes, so you are there, and there's a city in the distance with one opulent building.
Yeah. And I know winds are buffeting me and just, floating, flying. Can I intuit how the winds are moving, or do I think that wild shaping would probably be the better bet to control my direction?
You feel like you're being buffeted randomly. The winds here are very wild and ridiculous.
Okay.
Yes.
I am gonna spend one of my uses of wild shape then. Let's see. So these are very
winged things could probably fight against it fine. It's just in your current form. It's not like it's going to blow you towards the city or something.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just looking at so winged creatures can. Okay, so this is a dangerous location. So
It's safe.
I'm gonna turn into a giant eagle with one of my wild shapes.
All right. Whoosh! A giant eagle appears. And now you have control over your thing, but you will get tired if you don't land eventually, right?
Oh yeah, well, I can also try to glide a little bit. Yeah, I know. It's easier. So I'm going to try to head towards that opulent city.
You head that direction. You fly down, and there are sort of streets below you. You see there's one opulent building in the various cities, and the city is each building is connected, or plaza of buildings is connected with a pathway in the sky. But there is one major opulent building. It's sort of got these bulbous parts on it. It's very Taj Mahal-esque, right? It's this massive thing. And you see that there's a line going up to this building of various wind elemental creatures or genasi, air genasi, and that sort of thing, all lining up to head inside this opulent building. There's a line that stretches down multiple of these plazas up to the door. And as you're sort of flying there and sort of gliding and watching, you see another person or a couple people be let in. And then the line moves forward.
Do I see any people leaving the building? Are there any windows I can peer through or anything?
If you glide down, you can sort of look in through a window, and you see inside the line continues up to a sort of altar. And at this altar is a angelic being sitting there, takes out a sword, is dubbing these people, and then they nod, and the people go just a thank you sort of praying motion, and then they step into a big cupboard. That's sort of like where the Torah is held. What's that called? Do we know? I certainly did at one point in my life. What is the
What is the name of the Torah cupboard?
holds the Torah? I mean, Ark. That's not helpful. So I don't think it's that.
No, I think
Is it an Ark?
Actually, yeah.
Also known as the Haikal, or the Aron Kodesh. Yes, so they're stepping into an Ark, right? It's a big cupboard. It's a cupboard where one at a time they step in. There's sort of light coming from inside. They step in. The Ark is closed, and then the next person in line goes up to this angelic figure. Also, eyes are in the sky.
Really? Okay. Don't like any of this. And I
Seems pleasant. I
don't
know what you're talking
have
about.
plane shift today, damn it.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
I've been wondering about that. Ding ding.
I love you, Kieran.
Can't wait for it.
I'm
It
a
doesn't
fool.
work.
I have plane shifting.
So funny.
Yeah, but you don't know
Stupid.
which plane to go to.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
also have sending.
So everything is air. I'm going to try, because I don't know if my other friends are in this plane or not. So I'm going to try to fly around and see if I can see anyone I know.
You fly around.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
All right. I got to look at giant. Oh, wait. Perception. Well, do I have advantage of giant Google? I probably
Yes, you do with a
Yeah.
bird.
Bird.
This specific bird.
Yeah.
God, that's the worst episode of Family Guy.
Well, highest one was a natural 18. So perception is
I'm not saying
18
how
plus
not he's
6. That is 24.
24. You look around. You do not see anyone you recognize, but you do notice, as you're flying around, that there are various sort of. There are like what's the air elemental version of the like Jinn? Is it
Not Ifriti. That's fire, right?
not the air?
I can't remember. I know there's Ifriti, there's Jinn.
Jinni are air,
Okay.
I think. Yes, they are air. So there are a couple Jinni who are standing around, and they look over at you, or Jinn, and they look over at you, and they sort of point at you, and one of them sort of flies over to you and says,
Caw.
and it will attack you.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
First one misses. No, wait, 5.
At my armor class as a giant eagle is 13.
Okay, 14. First one hits.
Okay.
For, 12 damage.
Okay.
Second one hits at 13 plus 9 for 12 damage.
Okay.
Still up.
Still a giant eagle.
And third one hits again, 12 plus 9
I have 2 HP left.
for so you 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 damage.
So 11.
So 11 points to you
Yeah.
as you sort of and it this Jinni sort of grabs you
Oh, great.
as you're falling and says and points to the end of the line.
Can I...
You understand that he is saying no cutsies.
Yeah. Can I try
back.
speaking? Can I try speaking to it in Druidic
It does not understand you.
Okay, that's fine. All right. And I'll be like, all right.
And it just sort of flies you down to the end of the line and places
at least I'm
you
on
there.
land then.
Well, she got knocked out of Giant Eagle. So.
Yeah, I'm no longer a giant eagle. I'm in Lucina form.
In front of you is, as you get placed down by the genie, is a Air Genasi man. Who looks at you and says, "Tough break."
I was just taking a look. I didn't know what was going on around here.
Yeah, they control the air around certain places of the airplane pretty... The plane of air, not the airplane. Those haven't been invented.
I figured you meant the plane of air or airplane. I mean, they're interchangeable, right? They can't mean anything else.
Yeah, there's
correct?
nothing else that is that, so yeah. Welcome to the Endless Line here.
Endless line for what?
Apparently Ascension or something. I was told to come here when we ran out of all our money. This is my parents... Apparently this is our last-ditch effort. I do not hold on much hope, though.
I can understand that.
Because most people who have come here haven't come back.
Yeah, you know what? How much of a shit do I want to be? Yeah, inside, the peek that I did get did not look promising.
What did you see?
People heading into a wardrobe and not coming out.
Well, fortunately I don't have much option besides this line. The economy is nothing anymore since what happened. My stock portfolio has dipped dramatically.
Oh no!
Credit score dropped.
You know what?
That's what happens when you go paper
also
money.
many of my friends have died, so that's important too.
Not as important.
You know
which
what?
is why I mentioned it second.
Yeah, third.
If you don't mind. Oh god, this is gonna be real bad. Maybe.
It's just Air Genasi libertarian here.
Yeah.
It all started when Bitcoin started crashing.
Yeah.
Oh, how much? I'm not with anyone.
Aircoin.
Oh god, how
Invested heavily into NFTs.
How badly do I want to do this? If you don't mind, just stay here, and if things get weird, run.
I don't know how to take what you've just said, but all right, I guess.
I turn invisible.
Oh, all right. Well, goodbye. And he turns back to be in line.
I'm gonna head towards the building.
You head towards the building. Lilia.
Yes. What fresh hell awaits me?
Don't say it. You could end up in the 9 hells.
I have rolled 34 to 37, which is Elemental Plane of Earth. I've rolled that 4 times.
Holy shit.
Come to me.
It's very weird.
Come to me.
No, you all get a different plane, damn it.
Come to me.
I'm gonna laugh if you end up in the hells now.
No, come
Ooh,
to
this
me.
is funny.
Oh, no.
All right. You appear. The land that you're standing on is dirt
Cute.
and stone. Everything is sort of beige and gray.
Okay.
In the distance, you see a great sort of wall of rusted metal and various towers of black from a city or something in the distance. You are standing as well, surrounded by various gravestones in a large, like a humongous graveyard. Sorry, cemetery. There is no attached temple. Yeah, I learned it from Taliesin.
Oh, I had no idea that there was a difference.
Yes, but you are in a cemetery.
Okay.
Once I finish her explanation, I'll make it. Just want to get everybody in their plane.
No, I'm gonna make it.
Everyone, go to your positions. Buckle your seatbelts.
But yes, so you see the city in the distance, and you're surrounded by gravestones. And out of or as you're standing there, you also look up and you see the yellow eyes in the sky. It's quite dark here.
Okay.
Gray skies.
Mhm.
A grave next to you, suddenly a hand goes...
Absolutely not. I kick it.
You kick the hand and it's like...
It's like not even it's just a reflex. Someone goes to a thing grabbing at me.
It's not grabbing at you. It's just like a grave next to you. A hand came up, but you like kick it. And another hand, and it sort of grabs and pulls itself up, and you see a sort of zombified being.
Gross. What the fuck?
And all the other graves, one by one,
No!
various undead
Fun
are
times.
clawing their way out of their graves.
First things first, as they are clawing their way out of their graves, and I'm assuming seeing me standing there, do they look like... does it look like they're malicious, or does it just look like I've, like, stepped into their home?
As the one sort of starts getting out, it sort of sees you and goes...
But they don't...
and pulls itself out, but it's like just sort of standing there looking at you for now.
Okay. Great. I don't know if you can understand me, but as long as you don't attack me, I won't attack you. And I keep like my arms very out and open as the general symbol of, look, I'm not holding any weapons.
I am a weapon.
And it sort of nods its body, and then looks up, and all of the zombies then look up into the sky.
And that's the yellow eyes.
And then they all kneel down and put their hands together and begin to pray.
Fascinating. You said, so I am currently in a cemetery.
Yes.
And there's
cemetery.
Cemetery. And there is a city?
There's a city with this big sort of rusted metal wall. There's a gate, but then various black spires in the distance.
Fun. I'm assuming that this has dealt with a plane of bullshit, considering what we just entered into. Do I feel
Actually,
like
make an Arcana check?
Yeah, buddy. Let me double check what my bonus is. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's interesting because you're here and you're surrounded by praying zombies, and then you sort of think about it and you look at that city and you go, that city I recognize.
Oh.
That looks like the south entrance of Arkala, but it's fucked up and weird. And then you go, where is a place that layers our plane on top of it and
It's
is
the
fucked up
Shadowfell.
and weird? And ding, ding, ding. So you have found yourself in the Shadowfell.
Okay. Does it feel like I am in the Shadowfell that currently exists, or if I am in the Shadowfell of another time?
That's difficult to tell, but
Okay.
it's up to you to infer. So up to you to guess or figure out while you're here by talking to people. And
Okay.
figuring stuff out.
Can
But
I
you
look
know
at-
what stone you're in.
Can
and
I look at some of the gravestones
Yeah.
and see what years are on, like what years are marking?
You look around and you make an investigation check. You're going to want to have to search around the cemetery, dodging around praying zombies.
Even worse. That's a 17.
17. I mean, you look around. There's a few from... I will say with 17, and because of the story that needs to be told, you find one grave that's relatively new, that is from, like, later this year.
So this is partially in the future.
It is at least somewhat in the future. You know that at least... And it's somewhat newer, but not, like, super new, this grave. This is, like, gravestones take a while to look super old.
Okay, so as I am traversing in this plane, I get because of looking at the gravestone, I definitely get the sense that this is not what is currently happening in the plane. So I am not necessarily in this plane, but in a pocket version of it.
It's possible. Plus, it's internally consistent from whatever else has happened in the divination stuff.
This is again, like I'm also inferring from like my stuff with Salvador. That's why like the time stuff.
Exactly.
Even I was thinking about it as I stepped into these other planes. Okay. It's slightly in the future. I see the yellow eyes above me. The zombies are praying to the yellow eyes.
Correct.
Do any of the zombie are they like still actively praying, or are they like kind of milling about?
They're currently praying.
Okay. I will, to the zombie that I like made the like we're good man signs to, I will like kind of saddle on up to him and do like a praying motion.
Okay. Do that. The zombie sort of looks at you.
So like, what's the deal here? Do we pray to that guy? Or... Okay, right. Are there people who are alive there? And I point to the city. Or are they all like you?
Oh, shakes head.
Great. You've been immensely helpful. I hope you find peace in the afterlife.
Gives you a thumbs up and his thumb falls off.
Oh, I'll like pick it up and place it back on.
Nods
all right. And then
sort of
as I like head out of the cemetery, I will like give a little bows to the zombies as I'm on my way out and make my way towards the city.
You head towards the city.
I will also flip off the eyes as I walk my way.
It ain't Lily a moment without that.
Okay, and as you do that and you walk towards the city, you end up at the gate.
Oh. Can I will myself places again? I will try that. I see the city's a ways away. And I will try to will myself to the entrance.
Make an intelligence save.
Oh no!
Save to give you an extra amount. Yeah, maybe.
Natural 20.
You are suddenly, like a dream, at the gate of the city.
Hell yeah.
And there's a couple guards who are like people you actually recognize, not them specifically, but you recognize their uniform as a couple of people from the Force of Bone.
Oh. I will walk up to one of them.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Lilia. I'm a friend of Oliver. Does he happen... I'm trying to search for him. Does he happen to be around anywhere?
I mean... Oliver Hunt? Are you new here?
There's been some time nonsense, so I may have missed out on a little bit.
I mean, you might be able to get a permit to see him in the prison.
He's in the prison. That makes sense. All right. Thank you so much. Can I just...
Yeah?
All right, thank you.
As long as you're not causing any trouble.
Not yet. I say that under my breath as I walk in.
It's fine. You head in.
And as I head in, I know where the prisons are in Arkala.
As long as it matches up with what Arkala is, yeah.
And so, assuming that I know where I'm going, I'm going to try to will myself to the prisons.
Intelligence save.
Will yourself to the spot where...
Another natural 20.
Will yourself to the spot where Kieran did not slit someone's throat.
Which prison are you going to? There are two prisons in Arkala.
Fearless leader.
I'm going to go to the one where we found Johanna, because that's where they were keeping prisoners of war.
Sure. So the one at the castle that blew up. So you whoosh, whoosh, and you appear in sort of the prison yard or inside the prison. What you doing?
No, like to
With
his
a natural
cell.
20, you can immediately get there.
To his cell. I imagine Oliver in a prison cell in the area that we found Johanna, and that's where I'm going to end.
And you appear, and Oliver is sort of sitting there looking skinnier, which is saying something, and tired and wrapped in sort of a dirty blanket. He looks up and is like, I must have been in here way too long. I'm hallucinating.
No, there's been some bullshit. Don't worry about it.
Oh. All right. Hello,
I'm
Lilia.
kind of in and out of time right now. Hello, Oliver. I heard you were in here. How long do you know? Have you been in here?
And he looks at the etchings on the wall in very classic fashion. He has like tick marks, and he's like, "There's a lot of tick marks. I think it's been about a year."
Okay, great. And I'm going to assume that means a year since the big guy won?
It's been a year since I told him to go fuck himself.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I think... I don't know if it matters if I tell you this. I'm pretty sure we're in a pocket dimension right now. We're a little bit forward from where I just came from.
Forward as in...
Like, forward in time.
Oh, interesting.
So, this, you being here, where the time that I existed in, this has not happened yet.
Oh, well.
So I'm
Stop
just trying...
it from happening, please.
Oh, that's the goal. That's why I'm trying to figure out what exactly this future is.
Well, I can tell you that's about a year and a half or so ago. Morlos appeared in the sky because we were not able to stop him. There was a big battle, but we did not succeed. And then he used his machine to put himself in every dimension, become an omnipotent one god.
What machine?
Well, he built this big machine with these prison camps,
right,
and stuff, and then he used it.
Do you know where it was located?
It came from the epicenter of where the Bone Era and where you all were fighting. So it was underneath the castle in Exum.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just making sure we knew what was happening. All right, so it's underneath and it's the castle in Exum.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where he, like, all of the things from the camps, that's where they were all being sent to.
Yeah, presumably. I mean, I arrived well after. I showed up to help with the big final battle because we were dealing with Beastland stuff for a long time.
Right.
And then we sort of tried to escape back to the Shadowfell, and then he still appeared, and then I did not enjoy that. We sort of fought back for a while until his influenced everything on this plane, and including most of my men, and non-men, and non-binary people.
Your people.
Yes. Promise I had said men already.
No, I know, it's fine.
Men, non-gendered TM.
I mean, it used to be a non-gendered word. Anyway, yes. So
human. That's actually really good to know. Are there guards about right now?
Probably. I don't know how you got in here.
Well, I'm not. Well, I also just want to look around, or with my passive perception, have I clocked anything?
Yeah, I mean, this door is more of a sort of solid prison door with a small square with bars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a just bars door, so you can't look all the way out unless you go over to the small gap in the door. But you haven't heard much movement outside or anything. Maybe a shuffling of someone, but very minor.
That's going to be too loud. Okay. I don't think I can get you out of here at this moment, but what I can say is that in my time, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure you never get put in this position in the first place.
I mean, yeah, it would be nice. So you're in the past? What's happening?
Well, so okay, so we just liberated one of the camps.
Right.
And Johanna and her strike team liberated one of the other ones. We're about to meet at the centralized intake camp. I'm not using the names because, quite frankly, there are too many of them. We did the one in Mayafall. Honestly, it hasn't really been that long since you last saw us in the Beastlands, as far as I am concerned. It's been maybe a week and a half?
Right.
Maybe 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, all right. So this is what this future is. Make your future different, I guess?
I think so. I mean, I'm seeing this all... You will probably never remember that we had this conversation because it hasn't happened, really. But I am seeing this all through a divination stone.
Interesting.
So, I think that we have... I think it's definitely within our power to change it.
Each of those stones was mentioned. I think it was mentioned. I don't know if it was. Did you mention stones to Oliver?
I think we mostly flirted with Oliver, if I'm
Right,
being
well,
honest.
I mean, we
saying, like, I was trying about to kiss him.
like wait
I think we talked about some.
we have like this. I'm talking to him like through the eyes. That's what I'm like imagining. I'm just seeing like his eyeballs through the bars.
No. You're inside the cell. I was saying
okay,
the door is not all bars, so you can't just look out into the hallway. You see wood, and then there is a small gap, a window with bars on it. That you
Shoot your shot.
We
Might
talked
as well.
about some things because we had the Heroes Feast.
Right,
Oliver
but I
was
don't remember
there
if the stones specifically were brought up because we have been trying to keep that information closer to the chest.
I remember y'all from listening to the podcast episode. We're talking about Elena mostly.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I think I will say, Oliver will go. You did mention that you had gone into these stones to weaken Morlos, and you had to like do something inside of them. Do you
Yes.
think you have to do something here?
That's honestly what I'm trying to figure out. There are some eyes in the sky.
That would be him.
That's the one you always watches. I when I entered here, there was a bunch of zombies in a cemetery.
Yes,
And
outside the city. Most of outside of cities is cemeteries here.
right, and so I don't know if I have to find a way to like piss off the eyes and then fight them, or like if there's something I need to do in order to change this future.
This is a place of divination that
Yes.
you're in? So this is just an option?
Yes.
Maybe give it a different option.
Well then, and I will hold out my hand to Oliver.
He takes it.
And I will myself, and I go, hey, Oliver, can you just imagine with me? Like, I just need you to imagine with me that we
We're
are
going to do a little
on-
exercise.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little
Close your
exercise.
eyes.
I just need you to close it. I just need you to imagine with me that we are. And I'll like take out my notebook just so he has like a visual of it. And I'm going to sketch very quickly, just like outside the prison
Okay.
that he's in.
Okay. I mean, I know that place
I
very
need
well.
you to imagine that we are right here with me, okay?
All right.
All right. Let's give it a go.
And you
Do
both...
I still have advantage on intelligence shit, or was that only for a limited amount of time?
I don't remember.
Last session,
Yeah, you were given enhanced ability.
Lucina had given me something that was on intelligence.
It would have. I don't know when timing was
That's
for
what I
this.
don't know how long it lasts.
Enhanced ability is concentration.
It's
I did
an- it's an
invisibility on
hour.
myself.
Oh, did you do invisibility?
Yeah, so I don't know. Depending on timing, when all this is happening, I don't know, Cameron.
I think you would have lost it.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
No, that's totally fine. I just knew I had that note. Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Well, it would have. It wouldn't matter because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a test on you.
That's an intelligence save, right?
Yeah, save just in case you have the bonus.
Great. Natural 19 for 22.
22. As you do this and you imagine very clearly being outside the prison, you feel his hand disappear from yours, and you end up on the outside of the prison.
Can I will him to me?
You can try.
Try really hard.
Do it.
Then I'll like. She's like, Jesus Christ. And,
I will say you have tried this a few times and you've done really well.
Okay.
So you're getting the hang of it. Advantage.
that's another natural 19 for 22.
And as you go, whoosh, and he like appears in front of you with a blanket on. He's like, "Did I do it?"
No,
It felt
but
like I
that's
didn't.
okay.
Oh, all right.
All right, so we have you.
There are guards, and the guards are like, "Wait, what the hell?" All around you and stuff.
Run!
Don't have to tell me twice.
And so as we're running, so we are at the castle. I vaguely remember this city. As we're running,
I have
I'm
the
just
map, it's over there.
we're like kind of any moment that we have to like dart and hide
Sure.
successfully.
You rush away. Just both of you make stealth checks. Just to see how they.
Cue the Shadowfell upbeat chase music.
All of this is Etheria.
That's a 23.
And he rolled a 19, so very good. So you are able to evade for the sake of this. You are able to evade and get into an alleyway.
Great.
And I need to pee and make Emily drink, and then we will continue.
Hey, we're doing pretty good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the announcements for episode 99 of Welcome to the Bone Era. That's so many episodes. Hope you're enjoying the story so far, and this wild episode about planes and all roleplay and stuff. If you like the show, head over to patreon.com/CameronDavis to donate any money to the production. All that money goes pretty much directly back into this. Basically pays for our podcast hosting and ability to edit the show and stuff like that. So, hell yeah. And if you like the music /ambience things that I use tabletopaudio.com for all our stuff for this podcast, unless we have specific songs going on. Just to let everybody know, we've been having some scheduling issues because everybody has vacations and things like that. So after episode 100, we might miss an episode as far as the release schedule goes, but that's probably fine given how long our episodes are. I don't even know who's caught up at this point. So just letting you know that that's a possible thing. But beyond that, we're really ramping up to the end game here of Campaign 1, and I'm very excited to see how everything goes, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong in exciting ways, and that's what drama is. Anyway, please enjoy the rest of this episode, and have a good one.
Yeah?
You're first.
This being guides you to a large cube building.
Oh.
Where there are various people with chaperones. You are not the only person with a chaperone here. There's mechanical beings are guiding various other beings towards this big...
Like humanoid?
Yeah, humanoid. Okay. One of them sort of... You are lined up and told to stand in a very precise spot. And next to you is this black dragonborn who's like, "Hello there. Do you know what's happening?"
Why are we stopped?
Not a clue.
Why are we stopped?
Not a clue. How'd you get here?
Yes.
Inside joke.
Well, I had business on this plane. I heard it was weird, but this building is a little odd. And as you look up at the building, you also see a big symbol of Morlos on it. It takes up most of the front of it.
Okay.
But when I got here, I went to go to my place of work, and they told me that before I could do any business, I had to come here, and they guided me here, and now that's where we are.
Somehow I don't think it's going to end well for us, but
No?
just keep on your toes.
But what do you think is going to happen?
Well, let's just say he who watches is not a great guy.
Oh. I mean, I haven't really paid attention to all the changes since the big thing happened.
Big thing?
Yeah, the eyes appeared in the sky. Have you been under a rock as well? I mean, I only found out about it relatively recently.
You could say that,
Spent a lot of time in caves.
I love that as well. Implying that this dragonborn is under
Yes.
a rock.
Yes. Yeah, you could say that. I've been away.
Apparently they appeared everywhere. Like every plane. And now people are very gung-ho about this He Who Watches fellow.
Well, let's just hope we can pass by unnoticed and he just sort of forgets about us. Best case scenario.
That's how I live my life. So you stand there, and eventually a large sort of mechanical being with a big ball that it rolls around on. It rolls up in front of everybody and stands precisely in the middle of the entire group. They waited until they had exactly the right number so that it's all even, and then this rolly guy appears and stands right in the center, in front of the group, but right in the center, and says, "Welcome, everybody. Let me actually look up one thing just to make sure I have the name right.
Roger.
Roger.
When they ask how things are, you can say Roger, when things are not Roger.
Those droids didn't have any free will, not like us. We are free thinkers. Roger. Good job. Anyway.
Wait, you're under arrest.
Hey, you're under arrest. So, this being says,
You're on the boat there.
welcome everyone to Mechanus, where we now worship He Who Watches, Morlos, you all must be indoctrinated into this service, as all beings must be.
I'll pass.
Those who disagree or disobey will be joined with the Great Machine.
Exterminate.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
No, wait, it's cyber. More like cyber.
Delete.
You must be upgraded.
I was just thinking that.
God, and then the later episodes, they gave Cybermen a really cool voice.
Yes.
You must be upgraded. Please make an orderly line into the temple where you will be judged.
Great. Awesome.
Judgment Day.
and they turn.
I feel like I
and
was just being judged.
your Black Dragonborn
we're good.
acquaintance is like, judged? That doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem good.
No.
Oh, they're telling us to turn. Okay, well, good luck, my friend, I guess.
Take care.
I wonder if there's anything we can do about this. Can you see any sort of escape routes? And you sort of
let me look.
around. There's so many of these like mechanical beings who are like watching everybody's moves very closely.
Yeah.
And you, with your knowledge of risk assessment, although Wynn's risk assessment,
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Risk assessment.
You know what? On second thought, disadvantage.
It's okay.
Make a
That's excellent.
Vibe check.
Make a stupid check.
survival.
Okay. I don't know that. What's the number? Okay.
Bloody Marys are good.
Oh no. 4.
It looks like you could take all these.
Don't stop me now.
You hear?
Because I'm having a good time.
What would Kieran say?
Can I see
Don't.
the inside of the temple from where I'm standing right now?
You see both Kieran and Lilia's
Can you see the inside? As you were walking forward and trying to make this risk assessment, the doors open exactly at the same time and
Okay.
perfectly evenly.
Okay.
And inside there are various pews. There's a dais. It's set up like a
Okay.
Morlos temple. At the top, there is a.
What's the lighting like in there?
I mean, it's very even,
Okay.
perfectly even.
fluorescence everywhere.
Yes,
Okay. So
it is weird to see a temple with office lighting, but that is what it is.
So not like a place I could like slip by unnoticed.
Pretty difficult to do that. No, if any like daring escape you were trying to make, it would have to be either some violent kind of one, or a Deus Ex Machina thing.
Okay. Well, let me get up to where they're judging people, and I'll see if there's like somebody big I can kick over.
Okay.
Yeah.
The old prison mentality. Find the biggest fucker.
everybody right now button the biggest guy.
Go for it.
and knock his ass out.
You are led up, and all of you are led into these various lines, and this huge thing up front.
I'm invisible.
Must
You're
be
in a
nice.
different plane. Yeah. Let me
Can't
make
relate.
sure I'm. Weak.
No attacks when you're
Waiting for
invisible,
my
so
guy
it
Sermon
wouldn't
to
happen
rap.
anyway.
Damn it.
Just
does
one
suck that
really,
you can't attack
really
while
good.
invisible. I mean, I understand why they did it
Initial
because
strike.
otherwise being invisible would be broken.
There is greater
But-
invisibility, which allows you to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a high level. It's a higher level spell slot.
I'm like,
though.
that takes a while to get there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a 5th level, I think. But you are led inside, and there is this massive mechanical being that sort of. Make an insight check.
Oh.
I believe in you, Wynn.
Yes.
14.
14. There's something off about this mechanical being. It's
It should be like a mug, like a color changing mug.
Yeah.
And,
Wait a minute.
and when it changes colors, there's just a door.
And it says kick it.
Yes.
It's got just like this stuck on like a piece of paper that says "kick me."
Kick me. Yes. You're looking at this being, this mechanical being. There's something weird and sort of bulging out of its back. It's wearing a big coat. It's not moving as like robotic as all the other beings are. It's like trying but not doing a very good job. There's something off about this thing, but it takes out a massive sort of mechanical sword thing. So it's, it's got like gears or something. It's steampunk. Sword that it's holding.
Someone cosplaying steampunk.
Yes, but badly and doesn't understand it. Yeah, and says, this being says, "Bring on the first one." And one of the people heads up. He's like, I'm just sort of here to I had a task to come and pick something up. I was delivering it from Sigil. I'm not sure why I'm... can I just get back to my job? And the big thing says, all must be judged. And says,
Classic.
kneel. And
Kneel before Zod.
And the guy goes, well, I don't really feel like kneeling. Kneel, it says, and like its eyes
General Zod.
flare like white, and the guy is like, of course, and immediately kneels. And then the sword dubs the man and says,
Put him in a box.
"You are now to be judged. You have been cleansed. Please enter the ark." And this ark opens at the same time. Yeah, it's on a different plane.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Lilia has diverted from the mission.
As it opens, and all you see is some light coming in from behind it, and the guy's like, I mean, is my delivery back there or something? I have to deliver this package, and I have to get another package to bring back. That was my job. Maybe, can I do that? And the big thing says, you must be judged. There is no escape. And the guy says, fine, whatever. And he walks forward. It's like, it's very bright. It's weird. And steps in, and then the ark closes. And the big thing says, bring on the next person to be judged. And various people head in front of you. Do you do anything? Any ideas?
Like, where are they going if they are being judged badly?
Yeah.
The box and an arc.
Yeah, you don't see him come out of the ark. Right now,
Do you want to go in either? Is the question.
you are... Here, let me draw you a
Okay.
sort of thing. The best map ever. Obviously.
Okay.
So there are pews. Your
Okay.
line is doing this.
Okay.
And there's the big guy in the ark
Okay.
on the dais.
I see.
Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
I see.
You're at the back of the line with the
Excited
black
for mine.
Dragonborn guy.
Back of the line. Okay.
Various other guard dudes are
Oh,
around.
that's the dragon.
And there's like no other doors on the.
There is the
side?
main door
Okay.
at the bottom of the room. And you, the Dragonborn turns to you and goes, What the hell do you think's in there?
Nothing good.
No. It doesn't look like a cave. I like caves. And pretty much only caves.
That's fair.
It's remarkable that I'm here, to be honest.
Need to save this dragonborn.
What's your name, friend?
Ah,
There we go.
New favorite NPC.
my name? For all the other ones, I remembered to do that, but...
If you don't have one, I'll call you Leshy.
My name's Bakuti.
Bakuti.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because I'm sitting directly in front of you, but whenever you say a name like that and you look directly at me, it makes me feel very warm.
I know where your mind goes.
I mean, my mind went there too.
It's nice to be known as the bad person.
All right.
What's your name, friend?
I'm Win.
Nice to meet you, Win. We're in some predicament here.
We are.
I wrote down like some example clan names to Black Dragonborns. Thumb
Sorry.
and Karen
Bakuti some dick?
Thumb Deck.
Thumb deck.
Both are bad.
Bakuti Thumbtack. It's like
Mike
a wrestler
Hunt.
name.
and Karen Shaw.
Bakuti Karenshaw works, sort of.
Yeah.
How do you feel about cutting in line?
Cutting in line? I don't want to get closer to the... Closer sounds like the wrong choice. It's remarkable that the world got to this place, right? Like, not that long ago, a year and a half ago, everything was going fine. I was in my cave. According to everybody, I came out like a month ago, and everything went to shit about a year and a half ago.
Coming out of my cave.
And I'm doing just
pretty bad.
Doing just pretty bad.
Well, won't this stop if we just take him out?
Take the big guy out?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not much of a fighter.
I'm a lover.
You don't do a lot of fighting in the cave. I mean, sometimes,
No.
but mostly like smaller things.
I don't know. I've been in some weird caves.
That's fair. Well, you gotta find the right cave, though. I could help you with that if we get out of this.
Maybe.
I'm a cave realtor.
The right hole to go in.
Wait, a cave
With your
filter might be
Bakuti?
really good to find out about like bad guys.
Yeah, what were your
It's like how you
clients?
get your layers. Like,
Yeah, gotta find the Bakuti cave.
contact. We should keep this
Yeah.
guy in mind.
Yeah, he sells to all the best cults.
All right. Well, if I ever need a cave, I'll let you know.
Great. So what are we doing here? I mean, if you want to cut, that seems fine, but I did just become your friend, and I don't want you to die immediately if that's what's happening.
He befriended Bakuti.
Must say Thumb Deck Bakuti.
How do you spell thumb deck?
THUM space DEK.
Bakuti thumb deck. All right.
That's the clan name first, so it's Thumb Deck Bakuti.
Thumb deck Bakuti.
Thumb deck
He's never gonna remember you.
You'll have to
Oh,
find
now
him
I
again.
feel bad.
I'll find you in the
I
future.
love my cave dwelling guy.
Like him and the Rakshasa.
The thumb deck will return. Thumb deck Bakuti will return.
Stand
future
behind me
episode.
then, and if I'm right, then I can just take him out.
That's a pretty
Okay.
cool name.
I mean, I don't really have a better option. So you can cut me, sure. And as you do that, the other, like, the mechanical beings are like, oh no, please, no cutting. But then once you, like, settle in the line, they're like, oh wait, no, the line is fine. As long as it is even.
Line integrity maintained.
Make a Arcana check, too,
Okay.
just in case I can tell you where you are.
Nope.
No idea. It's just a weird place.
Very weird.
The line keeps moving. I'm going to flip to somebody else.
Okay.
Nala.
I'm gonna wait till the larva guy finishes his sermon. Try to get the context clues he's finished, and
He
just
wraps
do
it up
like,
and then he goes,
and just channeling my innermost Lilia. Just give the biggest clap, like slow clap imaginable.
All the
Like-
weird larva things like turn and look. Go.
Do they have hands?
Yeah, they have hands.
They're like stuck in there.
They used to. You can see that they used to be more humanoid, and they have shrunk back, and now are covered in.
They're like little feet-eye.
And they're like,
And I'll just like walk towards the dais, just be like, thank you for that stirring sermon. I couldn't catch any of it, unfortunately. I tried, but unfortunately, I don't speak. But I just want to ask, because I myself have been dealing with like interfaith turmoil, like because sometimes you give a lot of yourself to your higher entity. And I just wanted to ask, are you happy? I asked them, and I look up at him, and I say, and are you, up at the eyes, are you happy? Does this make what you've worked to the worm people, and for you to achieve what this, I assume, vision is of your overall goals, is this actually something that you think is going to make you happy? And then I'm just going to wait.
This is 100% Nala's version of channeling Lilia.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Make
it's
a
I'm
persuasion
I'm
check
by
with
myself.
Nala has been influenced by her friends.
and asked if he was okay,
Nala
which
read
is
the same
Kieran.
book I read. So, like, clearly,
Yeah,
Tome of
read the book, too.
Leadership, your
Read the book too.
It has this whole
Tome of
speech.
Leadership.
Ask people if they're happy. It's really important.
But remember, you have an end goal in mind.
Make people confront their own mortality and how long they had on this earth.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Stop hurting yourself.
You know that thing you turn your neck too fast.
I do.
This one's actually.
That spell skills.
There's like a nerve that will sometimes
Persuasion.
snap in my neck. if I-
22.
Yeah.
22. You to this, and a beam of light shoots from the sky and hits the priest worm larva guy. And priest larva guy, who was sort of squelching away, squelches around and squidges up to its sort of hind body. And then the light hits this guy immediately, and he turns around and looks at you. Happiness is not the goal. Domination is.
Breath weapon into that guy.
Okay, make a attack roll.
Well, it's the saving throw,
Oh,
DC 16.
Of con?
Dex.
Fuck shit up.
That is a 12. It is a.
them alone.
Oh, excuse you. I found our hot guy.
Yeah. I can leave one of them alone.
Lily has
18 lightning.
I can leave one of them alone until violence happens.
26 fire.
Yeah. You more than quadruply kill this guy. As you blast it completely apart, the light sort of retracts a bit, but maintains, and you can see in the light as you're looking at it, like an eye. It's sort of an eye of Sauron beam. Let me draw what I'm imagining. Beam of light. Beam of light, ethereal eye at the end of it.
Quicken spell, firebolt at the
So
ethereal
for all
eye.
of those who are... Yeah. And it's like looking, and you fire your what?
Quicken spell, firebolt.
You firebolt it. It's, yeah, go ahead.
24.
24 hits it, but it just sort of deflects off of it. The eye sort of wobbles a bit, and you hear in your head, I have defeated you once.
I've defeated you 2 times!
What, when?
In another stone and in another moment in time.
I do not remember that.
Because
I
you
only
are-
remember the Bone Era coming at me. All on their high horses.
we tend to do that.
Yes, monologue what happened.
Actually, our
Monologue.
horses are kind of... They're not that tall. They're not real anymore.
Our horses
They're
are
like half real.
And I,
horses.
as is only right, created this future by defeating you. For this is what is bound to happen, and always was bound to happen.
Nah.
I've never been a big fan of fate. I've met the little guy.
Dude, a fate and I wasn't impressed.
I gotta say, he's been wrong a few times, so I don't think this is actually gonna be as set in stone as you're
Kind of a
hoping.
jerk.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Not a jerk. He is massively inconsistent.
14.
Much like fate.
14 with the intelligence save. As you say that, and say you don't, like the god of fate has been wrong, you say this is not what's going to come to pass. The whole of the world sort of wobbles around you. The walls sort of go and go back. You see out the left side, one of the walls just like vanishes for a second, but then appears back. You had some influence over the world around you and this vision of the future. Morlos's eye in your head says, "No, this is what shall always come."
This is what you are hoping for.
Are you going to do something specific?
I will burn this house down if that's okay.
Think about what happened.
Do it.
Your firebolts and stuff, you can keep killing things all you want. That's not what you're doing here.
I'm trying to untie him from this stone. I'm stuck in this plane.
Right. But are you really on this plane? No,
Not
you're in the
really.
divination stone.
Yeah, this is what you're hoping is going to happen, Morlos, and I can't tell you. It's probably not going to happen, and even if it does happen, I don't think you're really going to enjoy the outcome.
As you say, I don't think this is going to happen. Another sort of burst of like various bits of it disappear for a second, but then come back when you say, even if it does happen. I'm giving you as many hints as I can.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me like what thing you do, or thought you have, or whatever. Nala is technically not privy to what Lilia has been doing, but you as Jason are, and that's okay. Because you all have talked about what happens in this realm as well.
You're not going to be able to do anything when this vision, like, if you succeed, this is not going to be the best.
Every time you say, if you succeed, more worms appear. And they're all worshipping Morlos.
It's never going to happen.
Discount
I won't
the
let
premise.
it happen.
Are you going to focus on anything specific? Any thought? Any idea?
My family.
I mean, for this place. Not thinking about the past. I'm going to let you ruminate. And we're going to move on. Maybe something happens in someone else's
The
vision.
entire premise.
Will jog you to what I'm looking for. Who was next? Kieran.
Awkward family dinner table break.
And then eventually, sorry, I forgot to explain what was in my head before saying and then eventually. So you missed the whole first half. of the
Grumble, 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 grumble.
Back in the elemental plane of Earth, the Earth elemental eventually goes and stands up and looks at you.
Can I stand up?
Yep, you stand up.
We're done. We're good. Awkwardly. Okay, dope.
And it does this sad wave of the hands and looks sort of sad, and then begins forlornly walking into the just away from you.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Should I come with you? Should we could go together?
It sounds like a positive rumbling of stones.
Oh, okay, I'm coming. Trots after him.
You trot after him.
My new rock son.
This new
Stop
rock son
adopting kids.
walks forward and you follow him. And eventually you're walking along a cliff and you look down in this ravine and you see a bunch more rock people.
But not my people.
No. You see a bunch more stone-made people, as well as there are a few, like, humanoid, like, earth genasi down there.
Okay. I would say, while, like, praying / and walking, that I would be... Kieran's trying to figure out if, with how he stepped into this plane, is he really on a plane? Is he not really on a plane? If he uses sending, would it probably work? Will it not at all work because they're,
At the very least, you know, from your magic, that sending works across planes no matter what.
Well, yeah,
and
but
at the very,
I have to roll for it.
there's a 5% chance.
Okay.
And if it fails, you can cast it again.
Yeah.
And at the most, you are on this plane for realsies. At the least, you're in a demi-plane with your friends. But yeah, so I mean, it's...
Okay.
You can probably cast sending to some success if your friends are available.
Great. I am going to follow this guy and see where he goes, but I'm going to keep sending right here.
Okay, you're not casting it yet, though.
No.
Okay. So as he leads you onto this the top of the cliff and looks down, he gestures. He understands that you can't understand him, so he'll gesture down, and then he'll look at you and go, and sort of make as sad a face as possible, and then point up and go, and shake his fist.
To the guy he was praying to?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Sarah is stupid. Kieran is not.
He doesn't like the guy. He's just forced to worship him.
Well, yeah, but he was praying at
He's forced to.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, but like, do these people... I guess I'll like gesture to the group down there and be like...
I forgot to explain what was in my head
them
again.
too?
Down in the valley. Out in the street. And then- that's the corner, but that's what got into my head. Anyway, in the crevice, there are a bunch of these guys. They are like building something. Currently, they're out of stone and whatnot. They are building a building of some sort. And on the front, at the front of what will be the building, there are only mostly foundations and stuff, but they built the sort of main door, and above it there is a Morlosian symbol.
Okay. So if you... Why, hand marks, are we here?
Okay.
Why did
trying
you
to
bring
gesture.
me here if you don't like that guy?
And
Just
he goes...
pantomiming.
he goes... points at the people and goes... like he's holding a baby.
Yeah.
Points at himself.
There are... I'm gonna say... Point at him first. Are you the baby?
And nods. I'm the baby.
You can't do that. He's baby. Is saying is he is baby. You can't just do that. He's baby.
And Kieran's gonna be like, oh, and then he's gonna point to them again. Do they hate that guy.
Shakes head.
Oh. And then down finger.
Oh my
That sucks.
Nods and goes with another thumbs down.
I like
There are
this
so
guy.
many people we
And then
love
I'm gonna point to him and me and do thumbs up. Yeah.
And he thumbs ups back to you, and he sort of looks forlornly and goes, gestures vaguely,
Yeah.
and goes, oh, how do I?
I love this language barrier via a podcast format.
I keep trying to describe
and I was trying to communicate y'all with charades.
reminiscent.
Screaming.
Everything's terrible. I hope my ears never just spontaneously stop working the
goes-
rest of the way.
He
Because if I
gestures-
can't
he-
use hearing aids, it's over. for
He
me.
gestures vaguely. He goes, and makes a praying symbol, and then goes,
Don't
the
don't do that.
don't do that hand symbol.
This is hard. This is hard to
really hard.
communicate
I
over
wish I
a
just
sound
knew
medium.
sign language.
This is why we as a group should just learn.
I want to learn sign
Sign
language.
language.
That would be great.
We can take a class.
I know.
Together,
I at
actually.
least know. Thank you.
Like, we all do
because
the
I
same
use
program.
it.
Thank you, but don't do this. Yes.
Me and John
you.
started learning when I first started going deaf, and the
know
only thing
more.
that I've kept is yes and no, and I use it to signal to John when we're at the bar and the bartender asks, "Would you like another round?" I give him the
I don't know yes.
yes and no.
It's yes and no.
Yeah. So
This
no
is
is like
no in
Thank you.
ASL.
yeah.
Or is it this?
I think it's just the two.
It's a 2.
No.
Okay, hysterical because in Italian households, this
Yeah, I mean, it's
means
the same.
shut up.
yeah.
That's pretty. Anyway,
Which also translates to no.
Yes is like nodding.
Yeah.
so he did gestures vaguely, pray,
No.
not.
Don't do that. Oh.
That's what. This sort of works. He puts one hand up and then another hand in front of it, and then another hand, and he sort of gestures.
Oh, a line. No. Many,
Laying
all
tracks.
of them. Going.
You need to move somewhere.
Going,
Where should we go?
occurring. Is what I was trying
Things
to do.
are happening.
Going, yeah. They're going forward.
So he says,
Don't pray.
all this,
Yeah.
pray, don't happen.
Okay. Don't do that. No pray.
If he doesn't pray,
He
if he doesn't
prays this, don't happen. He wishes this didn't occur.
Aw.
pray, if he doesn't pray, this place doesn't.
Regret.
No, it's more like what I said, which
Yeah.
is he wishes
He
this
wishes
didn't
this
happen,
didn't happen.
Oh.
which is a sentiment across the things.
Yeah.
Traumatized.
He's so traumatized. It's been a bad day.
Cause you had a bad day.
I thought he was dying.
I had the time
Dude,
of my
Swatch
life.
was not okay for like 3 days. I could not go near her. She kept like hissing and everything. Is that a backwards sneeze? I think he's okay. He's just mad.
Anyway, that is what the rock elemental says,
And
and you understand that for
how
some
much
reason.
larger than me is the rock?
Let's Google that.
Right.
I was gonna say
Quite.
the rock elemental, and then I stopped there. But
The
I like
rock is 6'5". Anyway,
it. Okay, well I'm 6'1", so
Not that much taller.
yeah.
so I was mostly asking if I could.
I was just making a joke about Dwayne
Yeah,
Johnson,
I know.
Oh, that's what I got too.
yeah.
but the rock elemental would be 8 or 9 feet tall. He's a
Well,
big dude.
I'll reach as
He is
high
big
as I
baby.
can and pat him.
He like puts his giant earthy palm on your hand and like taps it, and you're like, "Ow."
Ow, ow.
It's like a cartoon. It comes away. It's all like.
I am 50. I have arthritis.
I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Prostrates
it's
itself
okay,
slightly.
It's okay. It's okay. Please don't. It's okay.
Looks sad.
I'll show him. I'm gonna pull my gun out as non-threateningly as possible.
He doesn't know what it is.
To show him my cleric symbol.
Ice.
And just be like...
It's a fun, weird game we play, guys.
and like point up at the eyes
Mhm.
and do like no
Mhm.
symbol and then point at Weejoss and nod my head yes. Good.
And he takes his big rocky finger.
Uh-oh. Just a little man. Sorry.
And he will draw on the ground.
This is my...
He will draw a leaf. It looks like an oak leaf. And points and thumbs up, and then and points up, and then no symbol. But he points at the ground as like, yes.
So he doesn't. The eyes don't like the leaf.
Make a religion check.
I'm not.
Okay.
Lucina might have
there.
mentioned this person before.
I was gonna say.
The
I'm
eyes
assuming
don't like the leaf.
Listen, I have been watching so much Naruto, so I'm like, yeah, of course they hate the leaf clan.
yeah.
But it's an oak leaf, not
19.
19. There is a god.
Yeah, he's like
Sylvanas
got a
is the god of nature.
nature guy.
Makes sense for a being of nature to worship.
I don't like the leaf.
There are lots of good quotes this episode.
He doesn't want me to grow trees on his land. I understand.
Moral says, don't be a fucking hippie.
Moros hates nature.
There will be no free love. Okay, great. Oh, and so Kieran will do like, oh, thumbs up. Love that. God.
And
Great
the
job.
big stone guy will sort of sit on the edge of the cliff and just sort of look forlornly at his family.
I'm gonna pat his whatever I can reach again, and then take a couple steps backwards and just cast Sending.
Mm-hmm.
To Lilia. Because that's what the dice wanted me to do. And my sending message is gonna be, howdy. This plain shit sucks. Cute. I'm with a sad.
Just was in my head. I was like, "That's a good shot."
Yeah. I'm gonna say, howdy. This plain shit sucks. With a sad rock man. Where are you? Are you also alone? What should we do? I'm so lost.
You say that, Lilia. Meanwhile,
sad rock dude.
you do hear it.
Okay. Can I respond back in time, or should we?
We shall, because of that, it makes sense to switch over to what you are seeing, and we will find out where that message appears. What was happening? The guards were coming.
Yeah,
We-
they're
we-
running.
You were
we
running. You
just
had hidden.
hidden.
You had
Yeah.
hid. You hid in an alley, and you seem quite hidden. You like find a place and you put some boxes up. You like Oliver helps you and like make sure that you are camouflaged. And he's like, "How did you do that?" Not the running away. We both did that. I meant the
Nailed it.
summoning me to you and teleporting out of my. I mean, I know you can teleport, but I didn't see any magic.
Right. I thought really hard about it. So we're in like a pocket dimension. So this isn't real, right? So in order to move places, like let's say you would in a dream. You know how in a dream, if you want to be somewhere,
Yeah, you just are suddenly
think about
there.
it, and then you're suddenly there. Yes.
Right.
So that's,
that's
what I
interesting.
did, and you just have to think about it pretty hard. And then I've been doing. So this is not the only plane of existence I've been in today.
All right.
So
Fair.
I've done it a couple times in other places.
Well, That's very interesting. Do you think that helps us out of this predicament? I mean, if you can manipulate the world around you, you moved me to you. That's amazing.
Right. My next plan was to try to get Johanna to us as well. Unless something very bad has happened to you in the future, in which
Well, I mean, none of you made it. Which was why I thought I was hallucinating, because you're dead.
Ah, well, that's a bit of a bummer.
And at about this time, Kieran's message comes through.
Howdy. Sad rock
sorry,
man,
what
blah, blah,
all
blah.
did you say? This? Sad rock man, you want to know where I was?
Are you alone?
If I was alone.
Yeah.
What my plan is?
Yeah, what should we do?
Okay.
And you would know that I have a plane shifting necklace as well, because Lily is smart.
In Shadowfell with Oliver.
Ooh.
We're in the future, but not by much. Try to change it for the better.
Killed them all.
It's up to you.
I still have 5 words left, right?
I think so.
Sure.
Might aim for the eyes.
Oh.
Just deep sigh.
That's a word.
Deep sigh from
your
Kieran
Rocky
Gilligan.
friend hears it and goes,
It's okay.
Just going through some shit.
Did you just get a message?
Do I have Firestorm?
Yes. Kieran is with a big rocky guy.
Rocky guy.
Sad rocky guy.
Sad rocky guy.
So I'm assuming, because of what we saw before we entered, I think we each got split up into varying planes.
Right. So he's on the Earth plane, probably?
Something? I don't know the planes very... this one, at least, I was familiar with. The other ones, I'm a little shaky on.
Right.
So... if I can manipulate the things around me...
And the plane itself, it seems.
And the plane itself... I look up at the big eyes in the sky...
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to appear in the eyeballs.
I want to punch you in the face. I'm gonna look up at the sky and just like wave at the eyeballs.
Okay, you wave.
And go, hey fucker, this hasn't happened yet. Aren't you celebrating a little prematurely?
Make an intelligence save.
Yeah, Lilia is better than you when you know it.
Do I get advantage on this since it's the...
because you already know how to manipulate the place, yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Oh no, that was worse. It's an 8 total.
8 total? What I can tell you is that as you do that, even with an 8, it wobbles. The whole plane...
Okay.
Like the boxes you've stacked up move or disappear for a second. The eyes sort of flicker and everything.
Okay.
But it all comes back. He's like, well, that did something.
It did. It didn't do what I wanted. Did you not hear me? I think you're celebrating a little prematurely.
Okay. So you continue. Let's go to Shar.
Oh god. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You didn't do it in a Chris Pratt voice, so I don't know what character you were pretending.
Mushroom Kingdom,
Let's
here
go.
we come.
Yeah, no, I'll send it later. It's Ariana Grande if she was Mariana.
Oh god.
Mario, it's perfect.
Mariana Grande.
Mariana Grande.
But in the elemental plane of water, you are there with this mermaid, Tulia. The conversation had ended with just sort of her wishing things were different and telling you that she had So do you have any plans? Like any ideas?
No.
Hmm.
I need to find my friends. We were separated very suddenly, and I seem to have ended up here, and my best guess is that, well, now that I know that I'm not just underwater, that this is the plane of water, my best guess is that we all got split to different planes. I have no way to contact them.
That's tough. But I'll go look. If there are sometimes gaps in between planes from the plane of water.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Because I know I'm in the divination stone, but also I trust her, but I only trust her because that's probably what he meant me to do. Oh, that's not great. Oh nope, never mind. 16.
16? She seems like she believes that that's the case.
Okay.
In fact, she follows up with, this ship is not from this plane. There's no place for ships to come from.
When did it appear?
This has been here a long time, since my childhood, but it was always a favorite spot of mine. Not a really good hiding place, I guess, but nobody ever saw me come here, so it works. But this came from the material plane, because there must be a opening to another plane in here somewhere.
Have any idea where that might be?
I mean, it's got to be within a short distance. We just have to swim around and see if we can find it.
I was just trying to see if I had anything. I don't think detection of good and evil has anything.
No, not really, because that'll detect angels and undead.
Or
and
divine sense is what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay.
But she sort of swims out of her room.
I'll follow as fast as I can. Which
Yeah, she's
is
swimming very slowly.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, well, it must be around here somewhere, because obviously this ship was attacked by something, and then it got sent through, and here it is. And it wouldn't have drifted very far, it would have just sunk, so let's look. Make an investigation check with advantage, because she's helping him. I'm going to look back at these random names notes, like 15 years from now, and go, what
two
the
14s.
Thumb deck.
Oops.
Thumb deck McCutie.
22.
I'm always going to remember
22.
that one.
You search around.
Rolled two 14s.
You search around, you look everywhere, and you especially sort of narrow it down to the ship must have been going in a direction and then must have gone through some sort of portal, so you head behind it and you swim over there and you see that there is this sort of massive rock formation on the ground. And in the center of the rock formation is a large... It's just like an arch. There's a lot of me drawing a bunch of like various pictures just to show you what's in my head.
In your head.
In my head. Zombie. That's on the other plane. So big rock formation with a sort of shimmery thing in the center.
Okay.
It looks very Portal-esque.
Ooh.
I will say.
And she's like,
I think that's probably it.
that must be it. Are you sure you're not supposed to do something here, though?
Probably supposed to do something here.
Shut up, Tulia.
It's up to you.
I do. I maybe, but I don't know what that might
Well,
be.
I hope you find your friends anyway.
Oh, is this do you recognize this ship? Is this ship?
You
Do
don't
I
you don't
recognize
recognize
the
the
ship?
ship.
Oh, okay. I was
Although
if
that
it's
would
the
have been
future-
fun,
If
that's
it's
not
the
what I was
future,
thinking.
that's like a way to get it. Like,
That would have been real good, but no, I didn't think of that. It is
find a
just
way to give you
various
context clues that this is the future. Oh, that's tough. In the
Yeah, the
world
elements
of
water.
water.
Water stuff. I mean, Char, make an intelligence check. Just go for that.
Excellent. That was an 18 plus.
Nice.
Plus 3, I guess, for intelligence.
Mm-hmm. So here are the hints I can give you.
Okay.
The planes of existence, and Char would know this, do not currently have Morlos's eyes in them, right? So you, Char, would be able to infer that this has not happened yet.
Yeah.
Also, you're
Or
in
is
the
not
divination,
at all.
and you're in the divination stone, and you know that there have been both future and past, so something with time. So Char understands that.
Yes.
She also knows that all of you went into the false past, right? Where it was the Morlason got
kids.
Oh yeah, he won.
And we're like, this didn't happen.
Right.
I think I was the only one who wasn't.
But we watched you do it, though.
Watch on the outside.
Right. So all of you have seen that as well. So you know that these are future ideas, things that could come to pass.
Okay.
Things that were.
Yes. In this
Things
case,
that
it's
are.
things that have not yet come to pass, right? But so that's the big thing. And you know that in that previous thing, you were able to manipulate it in some capacity.
Right. By just okay.
My thinking. And she says, I hope you find your friends, and maybe if you do, you'll be able to maybe change what happened here.
But what? This hasn't happened yet. None of this is real. And
Make an
The last-
intelligence save.
okay.
You'll all get there eventually.
What's the DC on it?
Intelligence save. Oh,
man.
that's an
Thought I was gonna
18.
crack it
18?
in my last one.
An 18.
You kept,
It's
as-
just a save, right?
accepting it on some level that was real, though.
As with that 18, you say none of this has happened. And she's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And her face like goes, and
And I go, oh, okay.
and the whole world starts sort of shifting. The
and then it hits me.
the eyes start sort of crackling, and they sort of look down at you. We will flip over to Natasha or Lucina.
What, Natasha's in the elemental cleaver?
That sucks.
She's in line.
She's in line,
No,
yeah.
I'm invisible. I'm walking towards the building.
I was saying Natasha
There's
was.
an NPC Natasha in line now.
Lucina, yes, you're invisible. You
Yeah.
walk towards the building. You see this gate and this line that's easy enough to walk past. You just have to make a stealth check because some of these beings may be able to see.
Yep. I'm gonna
Past
be
your-
as stealthy as possible. Does invisibility give me advantage or anything? Or?
It does indeed. That's what
Okay.
it does.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. I'm going to use my 2 dice that are like air dice. So stealth. One's a natural 17 for a dirty 20.
All right, dirty 20, perfect. So you are easily able to walk past this cadre of jinn, and you move up. Where are you headed? Because there's a big building, big temple.
I'm
money, right?
trying to head for that big fuck all angelic figure.
Okay, so you head into the temple itself. There's a huge line of people wrapping around and going up towards the thing again. You sort of move along the side and head over there. And with that 20, you are currently not noticed by this angelic being, though you know that angelic beings can see very well. You are, I'd say, 20 feet away from it, off to the side right now of the dais.
But can't see me right now.
Is paying attention to something else.
Okay.
Not that it couldn't see you if it looked in your direction.
Yeah, no, I got that. As it's looking away, I'm going to use my last shape change to be elemental plane of air. Can't be a rat.
They don't exist here, yeah.
Yeah. Can I be a little bluebird?
Okay. A bluebird appears.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna make my way
Uh-huh.
over to him
Downtown.
as stealthy as I
Alright.
can. Like as stealthy as I can, like acting as bluebird, also invisible. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
A bluebird appears.
Well,
And where are you flying?
I'm going to the angelic figure, but trying to make sure I'm going by like in his blind.
You go like behind it.
blind
Yeah,
spot. Yeah.
But what are you aiming to do? I can tell you can get up relatively close and it'll eventually notice you, right? Because there will be suddenly a flapping.
I
But
will get close enough back, and I'm like, what do I want to say? I'm gonna get close enough, and I'm just gonna actually be right. No, yeah, I'm gonna be try to go right behind as close as I can, and I am going to, in my loudest voice possible, and say, "This doesn't happen," and I'm casting Blight.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you turn back into yourself? Or are you
I
a
drop
bird?
it. So I drop the blue bird. I'm still invisible, but then I cast blight, so that breaks invisibility. So yeah.
And you send that out. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Yep. Intelligence save. Do. Okay. Balls! Natural 4 for a sec. Oh, a save and throw? So actually 4. Oh, it's an intelligence save, so that's plus 7, so that's only 11, but...
Okay. As you say that, the world wobbles just a bit, and the planet, and you hit the planetar with this blight, who like turns and goes, "No, what? Who are you?" And this chaos is about to happen.
Yeah.
Win.
Yes.
The line has moved up.
Okay.
Various people have gone into the Ark. And you are up.
Okay.
Favorite vintage.
2023?
It's probably a 2022 now.
Probably
too,
2022, yeah.
If I had to guess.
You head up, and the giant being says, "Kneel.
No.
You must kneel." Make a wisdom save.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh yeah!
Wynn stands defiant in the face of this being who has its sword out and says, "All must be judged."
Nah, not today.
Then you shall be joined with the great machine.
No, I'll pass on that.
A bunch of like guards come over to grab you.
The moment they do, I will start swinging.
Well,
That's what you do. You separated us all.
yeah.
Into-
That's what's happening.
Fuck shit up.
And you are able to cut down a bunch of them, is what I can say. You just slash through them. Various ones are going crazy and like are being cut apart and flying apart.
Yay.
And this big being eventually like drops its facade entirely, like takes off the cloak, and its huge wings flare out to the side, and you see, of course, that it is like a Morlos planetar with its sort of red colorings instead of pure white.
Okay, didn't think this through.
And as
Wynn
you're slashing
rarely
away,
does.
it's going to... It's going to...
Let me walk away.
It is not going to do that.
Pretty please.
It'll attack you. I'm just going to have it attack.
Please.
Okay.
Please. Consider this.
I asked.
I asked nicely.
That is a 32.
Yep.
Sorry, not a 32. A 27.
Yeah.
And that is a 31.
Yeah. Ow. Oh no.
Oh Jesus!
That's so many.
Yeah, you're getting whacked by a planetar.
Just gonna whack some
I at
sense
least
into
tried
you.
to get it down with blight and necrotic damage.
See, I just had little worm guys, so I was fortunate on that.
First hit 30 damage.
Ow.
Second hit 37 damage.
Ow.
And it is, and it will say, "You must join with the great machine,"
Ow.
and slashes the hell out of you. And you look around.
Mm-hmm.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I believe in you. Will.
I'm gonna use Indomitable on this
There we
Go
go.
one. I've been saving it for this such occasion.
Is it a check or a save?
This is a check.
Does it all work on checks?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay.
I would like to move forward.
15.
15 is enough.
Yes!
For me to tell you the same things I told Shar.
Okay.
Wynn remembers all of what happened in that previous thing, and remembers that, looks around and is like, this isn't, like, you're being slashed and you're like killing a bunch of robot dudes. And,
This isn't right.
And going, there is this, no. And in fact, just for funsies, make a like religion check or
Okay.
arcana check, one of those two. Arcana is probably more accurate. See if you
9.
can remember it. You still don't know what plane you're on, but you know that this doesn't feel right. Like Morlos being everywhere hasn't happened.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, step back and say, enough! Enough! This isn't real!
Make an intelligence save.
Okay.
Oof.
It's too caught up in the
Oof.
Oh no.
With advantage, I'll give you.
There we go.
Okay. 16.
16. All right. And as you say that, the thing goes for another slash and starts sort of warping around. Nala.
After a solid, like, 35 seconds of rage flying. Rage. Just saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, like a draconic. Then I'll just say,
Nala really is
I
channeling her
won't
inner
let
Lily.
this
Oh my god.
I won't
Religion's
let
the
this
worst.
happen. This won't happen.
This won't happen?
This
Is
won't
that the wording
happen.
you're choosing?
This is not real.
Reject the premise.
I want to say the exact same thing. This is not real as well.
Make an intelligence save.
Okay.
With advantage.
Eight.
8, okay.
God.
Kieran. You received Lilia's message back.
I got Lilia's message. And, brain blast. But also still dad brain. So first, before I do anything, I'm gonna sit back down next to my friend here. and I'm gonna say... and
This is better than sending.
I'm gonna pat his arm again.
That's
and
rock
say,
buddy.
"Well, Rocky, rock man, rock,
His name's Rocky now.
Rocky," and I'm gonna say, "What?" with my hands, like, "What if you prayed to believe that this didn't happen?"
And he will
happen.
go. Happen. He will
Using
go.
the thing again.
He will go. Point down at them. And they do like, he does like our angry motions.
Fight. It would be
Points at himself. And like thumb over his shoulder.
He'd have to leave.
Had to get out.
I'm gonna point at myself.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, zipping the lips. I'm not gonna tell them. And then I'm gonna do, like, what if we both pray that it didn't happen? Now. Right now. I just want him to feel like he helped.
Yeah. So what do you think specifically?
So what I'm gonna say is, howdy, Weejas. I might do something really dumb right now, but I'm not really praying to you, but I do love you. Okay, goodbye. And then I'm gonna say, all right, Morlos, you stupid idiot.
Listen here, you motherfucker.
I know we're in Iraq. This shit ain't real, and I want to go back to my friends.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
That's how you do it.
Prayer of the year. Oh no. That's
6.
Wait, you didn't
With
get
advantage.
advantage?
We're stuck in here forever.
Okay, 14.
Okay.
It's not great,
Lilium.
but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I get a +1 on save, so 15.
Yeah, you okay.
I mean, yeah.
Lilia, you rolled something not great. Do you
I
remember?
rolled an 8.
8, good. As you all simultaneously in your various versions of this,
We all failed.
We all deny reality.
you all deny it. You all say this isn't what happened. This is not real. This is pompous god's thought of
Caca-doo-doo.
what might happen. Poo poo pee pee is what this is.
I was gonna say, I was supposed to like the blight goes out and it starts to not only disintegrate necrotically the angel, but the area around it.
Boom.
That was my
It is in fact poo poo garbage.
Okite. It is not Okite right now, though.
As you do this, the worlds collectively start changing.
Oh.
The rocky landscape where you and Rocky are shifts a little bit. You suddenly find yourself standing in the valley or the canyon.
Rocky still with me?
And Rocky is standing next to you, and he is standing next to what you assume his family.
Aww.
And they're all sort of happy, and Rocky sort of waves you over, and all this sort of family of earth elementals sort of.
I do that.
And you see around
Bowing.
the building that they were building is no longer being built.
Hooray!
Shar, as you imagine this, you look through the portal that could have taken you somewhere, but that's not what you're here for. And you imagine, and you suddenly are with an entire group of mer people.
Oh, nice.
Swimming together, and you're like trying to keep up. As Antulia's like, wait for my friend, Shar.
Can I grab her hand so she can just
can pull you along.
Me? Yeah.
she sort of does, and is like, I'm glad you finally got to make it here. This is my family's house, and it shows like this amazing Little Mermaid style, house underneath the ocean in this place. Later we'll go hang out at my favorite spot to hang out, which is this sunken ship from the material plane. Nala, as you're blowing shit up and whatnot, you say no, and everything vanishes, and you end up floating there as the temple to Morlas disappears from below you, and you're just left in this gross larva land. Whoa. But no longer is there a temple anyway.
Larva land. I hate
everything about
theme park.
Good.
I can't believe the larva land.
And also because he has a whole thing about Oogie Boogie.
Lucina, as you say that, and the death blight the blight goes out, it like affects the angel, but the angel sort of vanishes in front of you, and in the place of this Morlas temple is a vast library here on the elemental plane of air.
You saved the Library of Alexandria.
And various, Genasi and air people are walking around and doing their thing. There are a couple guards who are Jinn who are floating around, and one of them, the one who attacked you earlier, is like, pleasure, have a good day, and whatnot, just like polite greetings as it passes you by. Win.
I'm fucked up.
And you got slashed dramatically, but your wound just stitches back together as you can heal from whatever that was.
Sweet. Oh, can I heal from mine?
Yes, because that no longer happens.
Sweet.
You, around you, this place turns into a place of business again. All of the where the pews were, it's suddenly like desks and papers and whatnot, and everything's in a perfect order. And you see a bunch of people working in a perfectly orderly place. One of them says, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Nothing. I was just leaving.
If you don't have any business, please head outside or see reception. Thank you.
Got it.
Could
Thanks.
I see your pass? But
no,
yeah.
Don't have one.
All right, yeah. So please head out to reception. You shouldn't be back here.
Got it. Thanks.
Any
Any sign of Thumbdeck?
You do not see them.
No.
Oh.
Well, not as you're in this building.
Okay.
Do you want to leave the building?
Yes.
You leave the building. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Cameron is nothing if not willing to give us our NPCs back.
14.
14? I mean, what you do is you see a glimpse of Thumbdeck carrying a or of Bakuti, carrying a box. It's a different box though, and he's coming out of a building, and he's like, "All right," and heads on wherever he's going.
Hardworking gent.
Yeah, and you see him in the distance.
I hope he succeeds in life.
Yes. Trying to find a better cave to live in.
Cave.
A better cave for the Bakuti.
And Lilia, as you watch the world around you sort of
Plus
rock
the rest
and vanish and change, Oliver's like starting to disappear and goes, "Well, that's odd." Or is that what was supposed to happen? Yeah,
I think
As his
you're
arm
not
sort of
supposed to be
disappears.
here, so I think that's a good thing.
Right. So at
Yeah.
least no. So you're eliminating his arms are like disappearing. You're getting rid of a year of me in prison. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. That sounds awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you much.
10 out of 10.
I'll see you back on the material plane.
As thanks, and he waves his hand, and like a snifter of brandy appears
yeah.
in front of you
Do
that
I
you
get to
grab,
take that with
and
me
you
on a-
and you like take a sip as it vanishes in your hand too, because technically no.
It's like the library in Doctor Who.
Yes, I was thinking about that earlier.
that is a lot of the inspiration there.
And we're vanishing, and like she's vanishing without her husband, but we're vanishing without Rocky.
I have not vanished without Rocky yet.
He's not coming with us.
And you but around you suddenly you're just in a Shadowfell city, specifically Arkala though, and now it's filled with various undead and whatnot that are wandering around. It's not a very safe place to be. But as you all sort of look around to the newly changed version, you feel your bodies sort of be shunted backwards. One at a time, or all at once rather, you into the
Nala, you
gray
good?
plane that is the divination stone. Note, Nala and Lilia, you don't feel very good.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And like
I'm there too.
and like a
What'd you roll? You rolled above a 10, though, right?
Yeah.
Nala and Lilia, you don't feel good.
Well, I
On
just
the
mean like
intelligence-
all
on
of
the
us
intelligence
are
save.
there.
All of you are there.
When I disappear, can I say goodbye to Rocky?
You can say goodbye to Rocky. Rocky, and it's like you're waking up from a dream.
Oh, okay.
So, but you're having his family welcomes you in and and
Nice shaking hands.
shakes hands
stuff.
as
With
like
the whole life in this.
Right.
and then
Okay, as I'm like going away, I want to like touch my heart, and then like
and he
to Rocky.
touches his heart. back.
Karen just collects children wherever.
He's baby.
He is
He's baby. He told me so.
Okay.
But you all appear back, and now
Now I'm sad.
you see a vision
Burrito
of what
hero.
your future is, or rather, what you thought these planes should be. With your knowledge of the world and with your understanding that was Morlos's vision, you see in front of you just the planes, flipping between each one of them.
Oh no.
Please tell me we don't have to do anything else.
The eyes
That's
aren't
it.
up there anymore, though, are they?
The eyes are not there,
Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
Sweet.
and from what you can gather, there's no influence of Morlos over this stone anymore.
We
I-
did it.
I think
I don't feel well.
we're done. I think I thought too much. I have a split.
Kieran, can you plane shift us out of here?
Get us back to. Oh,
Yeah.
holy shit.
You okay, Kieran?
Yeah,
Karen's fine. Oh.
I'm fine.
Nala and Lily are like hanging off of each other.
Yeah, so what I mean,
I only
Do we
asked Kieran
feel
because Kieran looks
sick, or do we feel
devastated.
when I went to describe how you feel, you feel like it's like you're slightly dissociating. Yeah.
Can I
I'm imagining
do-
it's the brain fog before a migraine. Like,
I don't
Can
know
I
what that
look
is,
at-
but I'll
it's
agree.
bad.
Can I look at them and try to do, like, I don't know, a medicine check or see what's going on?
Sure, make a medicine
check.
How about we get out of this stone?
Well, I'm just going to take a quick look.
Yeah, just quick look over.
Oh, natural 18 for a total of 28.
28.
Yeah.
You look over them physically; they seem fine.
I really just think I thought too much. I did a lot of like scooching around. My brain is very
I snapped.
We can't
I
do.
snapped in there.
yeah.
I did too.
Nala's like covered in like weird guts. No, I'm joking. 'Cause it didn't reset, so you wouldn't
Nala's
actually
like,
see.
what's the guy from American Psycho?
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick
Bateman.
Bateman.
But no. So, are you?
Everybody
we can
hold
leave.
hands.
Blue
I
skin.
will
Blue
craft the guts and stuff.
There
to be-
aren't guts
Oh,
because
there
it would have reset.
It would reset.
Oh, reset.
Are you using the necklace?
Yeah.
Make an intelligence check.
I'm gonna do enhance ability.
Go to.
Advantage.
21.
Okay, you're good.
I saw the 19. I was like, okay.
And you,
And then you also got to see my brain as I had to add 2 to 19. I'm sleepy. Sleepy.
all of you, out of the stone, and land sort of thrown from the cart that is being taken, and you sort of all go tumbling on the ground. A few soldiers like go, "Oh my god, are you all right?" and sort of help all of you up. But you are still marching because you didn't spend that long in the thing.
Yeah, how long were
A few hours.
Wow, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Well, no, not fuck yeah. The whole point of this was to get out of having to walk for a day.
Well, we have other stones.
You have other stones. I feel.
Never mind. You know what? Camp Benvenuto's like in the distance.
We can have
I'd rather not go straight back to back.
You appear. You appear out
Can we
there.
take a nap?
I definitely feel like I need a nap in
And the
the car.
captain
Amazing.
or the general like shows up and goes, "Oh, good, you're back. We're about one long rests away from getting to where we need to go.
We hold the
Wow.
stones now. They just seem like defunct. Like
There's still magic,
they're still, but
very much magical.
Morlos is
But
no longer
Morlos's connection
tied
is not
them.
tied to it. Yes.
Yeah, their influence is no longer there.
Now they are magical items that I should be making, and I keep
Yeah,
forgetting to.
Do you all? I know we definitely don't want Morlos to get these again. Do you all have a plan for?
Oh, I should make a note.
Like for handling them
No.
or standing them together
We're
again?
just-
Or-
I mean, no,
That's-
none of us. We're all kind of holding
That
one
is
each.
Yaren's job.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, like Lily's like that.
Should we bring them to Yaren?
Well, I imagine we will.
Depends when Yaren decides to come back.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Well,
Yeah.
in the meantime,
If he doesn't, then
I just mean in the meantime, like until
your
Yarn
dice
comes
tray.
back, is it smart to have them all together, or should they be split up?
I don't know.
Okay,
I can't think about. I can barely form words right
we
now.
we
I
can
really
we can
can't.
we can talk with Johanna tomorrow. She might have some ideas.
Well, if we can get in contact with her, she is a little busy.
We're all meeting up together.
But like then going into an attack, I think it's a later problem.
Okay.
I think
fair.
I don't think it's any more dangerous to have all the stones together now as it was when we
Spread
had
them
all of
off.
them together before. Is to say it is equally as dangerous, but I don't think having them disconnected increases their danger.
I also don't really know what the process of him having to take control of these stones are, but based on how long it took us to like undo his influence from them, it probably took him a hot second. So I think he's probably too busy for that right
I
now.
need to lay down.
I do
Yeah,
too.
how
That
about
cart
you
looks very
Lay down the
comfortable.
cards, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, says the general.
And also, we have this now, which can be helpful. And I hold up the
Oh.
vial with Salvador's soul.
Actually, no, hold on. Before I lay down, and I'm gonna write out.
Danzen, Dabble, Dable.
But before I like completely conk out in the cart for a little bit, I am going to write down everything I remember Oliver telling me about where the machine is being built
Sure,
and what it was doing.
sure.
And I either hand it. I was like, I got to talk with a future version of Oliver while I was in there and got some information on the machine. So here,
You
feel
hand
free
that to the group.
to the group, to the general, to whoever
Yeah.
wants to take it
If
from my
we
hand.
need to,
really.
Everybody sort of reads it. You all know now that the purpose of the machine is to put more loss in all of these planes in the way that you have seen, and you know that the more machine itself is underneath
Well,
the
tonight-
Castellan exit.
This is
Okay.
important, so maybe tonight I can cast a dream and
An
try to get in
exit,
touch
not
with
Arcala.
Johanna about this. Just sooner rather than later.
As a reminder, Lilia is adult. She turns to you and she goes, "If you take Johanna's dream from me, I will be very upset."
Um,
Then, like, immediately falls asleep.
Passes out.
oh dear.
I just learned something dirty I didn't want to know.
I was just going to talk about plan.
Yeah, Lily is out.
Lily
Yeah,
and
I know,
Nina
I
are, like,
know,
next to
I
each
know,
other
I
in the
know.
car. Just
Sina's like, ew.
All right, now for all that.
No, let's see, understand.
you
Now
are
I know
all
my
walking,
friend's phone.
walking behind the cart as you
Yeah.
go. It is evening-ish, so the carts actually stop relatively soon, and they set up camp. And you get confirmation that it's about like tomorrow morning. After a couple hours walk, you'll get to Benvenuto, the central camp, and you should get there at roughly the same time as Johanna and her battalion. But you all set up camp. The soldiers are all rushing around, setting up like a Roman soldier camp, basically. So they build up palisades and stuff, and they make the whole thing, setting up tents, etc. Is there anything any of you would like to talk about, do, whatever? You two don't feel like you're... I love the Deathly Tired, big fan of it. But if you want to do any talking and stuff,
I do some enchanting.
When I wake up from my nap, I will.
when I wake up,
When I wake up, I will just like probably like pull like the general aside, or just like the group, like in more detail than what I was able to like sleepily scroll out about the machine and Exim, and also the future that Oliver described.
okay. And if you're talking to General Davil, he's like, "Oh, that is very good to know. Thank you."
Yeah, and then to the group, I'm like, "Hey guys, so just a heads up. So obviously the future. I mean, I think we all saw the same like ish future, right? Right.
I think we share like what are each of us. Yeah.
like we
Does
the
anybody
the
know
eyes
what
in the
Earth
sky.
elementals speak?
Future where I went, it's always fun.
I barely know what I speak. I don't know. I'd like Rockian. I don't know.
They speak Terran.
Yeah, Terran.
You know, that's not actually that far.
It's Rocky, yeah.
I mean, there's Aquan, Terran, oh god,
Aaron?
Aaron
I'm
and
trying to
Flamin.
I speak fire.
Lucina would probably know.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah. I don't know the languages, but I
Fire
know of them.
elementals speak Ignan.
Ignan, that's it. Yeah.
That's cool.
It is Orin, I believe, for or Aquan for
It's
water
it's Aquan.
and then air elementals speak Orin.
And also, they could all speak primordial, probably too.
Not according to the rules.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Which is weird. I
But
feel like they should
we all saw very bad eyes in the sky, like the plane sucked, right?
Yes.
So I like met up with Oliver because I was in the Shadowfell, and when I saw him, he said we all died.
We've heard that before.
This is he doesn't say this, but my first thought was, thank God.
Jesus Christ.
Or like,
Kieran.
fuck yeah.
I mean, I don't
But he
think
doesn't
any
say
of
that.
us is under the illusion that we might not all come back from this.
Right, but it is just something to be wary of, especially because I do think that, like, when he was talking about it, probably he mentioned, like, at the big battle, which I didn't, like, ask him to expound upon, but I can guess probably in Exim.
But
In
also,
Exim.
this was
But it was
the
a-
divination stone where Morlos won.
It was Morlos'
So no wonder all of us died.
Right.
Well, exactly, but if the big battle's still going to happen in Exim, we can prepare for that.
Exactly. That's why I'm letting you know that, like, hey, we as a collective need to make as many preparations as we can if we want to try to preserve our lives. I don't know about you, but I would really love to have a retirement. I'd love to not do this and have this be
Don't
my
look at me.
only thing.
four of the 6 people look at each other. They've all died. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I truly love to like do something.
is my
after
retirement.
this, you know, Kieran, you are not that old.
So old.
You're like 50. Do you know how old 50 is, Kieran? It's not that bad.
Making me sad.
I just
Sarah.
want you
Like,
all to remember that I'm a human.
I'm like only a quarter. Like I only got like 50 years on you, man. Like
Making,
It's a long time.
It's a long time. That's how old I am.
it's a third of
see,
his life.
I've always understood your sentimentality. I have a shorter lifespan than most humanoids, so I've
Wait, Nala, how old did Dragonborn start?
around 60s, upper 70s.
Who's Natalia?
Sorry.
You said Natalia.
Oh.
Oh no,
I
I thought I said Nala.
We all understood. It's fine.
But that
It's when I get drunk,
Squad.
Natalia comes out.
It's your drunk
Oh,
person.
alter ego. Oh, her sexy
think-
alter ego.
I think
be
all
rounded.
this
Kim
information
Ratul, Natalia.
critical enough for me to do Dream tonight and talk to Johanna about this, because that's the way most information can spread, and they can be prepared as
You
well.
will see her tomorrow.
I know, but figured
but
beforehand.
here's the and like I hear that, but also as her girlfriend and as somebody who knows that she does not take care of herself, she needs to sleep.
Yes. You will still rest. Trust me, I've been. Johanna, yes, no, Johanna needs to take breaks. I've been trying so hard to get her to.
So
Yeah.
any information that we have now can wait until tomorrow. We don't have anything that's going to change the world or change a battle tomorrow. This is all end game. Like, this is all like what we are trying to accomplish in the next couple of months. We'll be able to cover this. All I'm saying, like, you're welcome to do what you want. I don't control you or Johanna, but we all need our rest, I think. Especially before we go and liberate another camp.
All right.
So,
Camp food, how is it?
it's fine. It's army rations. Yeah, it's whatever.
Any of my smuggled in stuff from...
That was all
Was that
given
all
to
that was
refugees
the other day?
Yeah. You gave it to refugees.
Well, I just gave it to the camp cook to be like, here, make.
They gave it to refugees.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
it's very nice of them.
As
The army has like specific ration like rules and stuff. What they did was they checked to make sure it was good, and they gave it to the people who needed it. Yeah.
Like astronauts.
So you own Hale.
Mhm.
Just go to the office.
I have a question.
Rules okay.
Okay. Well, I have an answer. The worst line from Advent Children. Continue.
Sending the spell.
Uh-huh.
It says that it enables creatures to understand the meaning of your message.
I can't understand the meaning of the message.
Does that mean even if they don't
Oh my
speak?
God.
So
That
we
is
could
correct.
Yeah.
is it enough that if I asked someone something, I would get a real answer?
You would get... Yeah. Rocky would
Rocky
be able to
won't
speak
remember
to you.
you.
for a second.
Well, yeah, but if I wanted his name,
You know who it
I'd
is.
be able to
Yeah,
get
you know the person.
You're familiar with the
Yeah.
being. It's funny.
Entirely possible.
Okay, great. Because Kieran is a man who fixes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
If we've learned anything about this man,
Mm-hmm.
he has to make sure all of his children are taken care of. Can I send a message?
Yeah.
To Rocky
Mm-hmm.
because I know who he is. Well,
Of course.
I'm gonna try to send a message, and I'm gonna say, "How to not be terrified." A book by Kieran DeWitt.
I saw you in a vision.
Howdy.
God, depends on who's telling me that. I'd be too rude.
Yeah. Could be. It's like that's where the creepiness to hotness skill comes in. You know?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Like-
yeah. If you're suitably hot, I'm like,
What?
Did you? You saw me in a dream once?
Elaborate.
what are you sending
To Rocky.
to Rocky Maivea?
Howdy. Please don't be scared. I know you don't know me, but I want you to be happy. And if it's cool, what's your name?
Uh-huh.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage.
Ooh.
12 plus 7 is 19, I think.
Mm-hmm. You get a voice back. It's weird. It's like it's a translated...
Mhm.
It feels very deep, and there's a rumble behind it and stuff. And it says, "Why, thank you, friend. I don't know what's happening, but I had a down day, and this made me feel better. My name is Rumble."
Rumble. Oh, Rocky Rumble.
I really want some ice cream, man.
And as you send that message and say all those things, you all get ready for sleep, because tomorrow Camp Benvenuto awaits.
Hell
We
yeah.
will end our session there.
Hell yeah.
I will say a good cast stream, but
ending
not on
with
Johanna.
Rocky having a voice is one of the most cinematic things
Yeah.
that's ever happened in this
Cameron,
podcast.
I will say a
Literally.
good cast stream, but on Johanna is to check in with the camp, whatever contacts Lucini has in the camp over there, just to get information on what's going on. But that could be,
Sure.
Amazing.
and I still need to try to do it. So.
Thank you all for listening. This is
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.